There are two NFL games tonight coming up at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the Chargers at Las Vegas. Each team won its season opener. Tampa Bay at Houston is about to start. Among those inactive for the Bucs, wide receiver Chris Godwin still out. Tackle Tristan Wirfs as well. Still out for the Texans, wide receivers Christian Kirk and Braxton Berrios. And running back Dameon Pierce is inactive. Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow will reportedly need surgery after yesterday's toe injury and could miss at least 3 months in the recovery. Jets quarterback Justin Fields was placed in concussion protocol. Washington's head coach says quarterback Jaden Daniels is day-to-day with a knee injury, reportedly a sprained MCL. The Vikings say quarterback J.J. McCarthy will likely miss this weekend's game due to an ankle sprain, could be out 2 to 4 weeks, and injured last night Aaron Jones with a bad hamstring, still being evaluated. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, a dack, a ack.
Enter, brother.
Come on in, that's right. With that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3.
Thank you,
not
LeBron.
4.
No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, or SiriusXM Channel 83.
Wow!
Or live
We'll do
on
it live.
YouTube. Thank you, Bill.
To the tube, what's
Do
up?
it live.
Do it.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Do it!
Do it.
That's right. Check
That's
us out.
crazy.
Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
And we are indeed the Odd Couple. Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington on this Magic City Monday. And guess what? You will need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet. Except when people are still awake.
Yeah, I get it. You got to have that disclaimer out there.
Sorry
Otherwise,
about
it don't
that,
count.
Ben. Yeah.
They snoozing, they losing.
That's right. Write it down. Committed to memory. 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen, 877-996-6369.
It's not trigonometry.
And if you hear feedback on the line, it's all your fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
That's right. With that said, always remember...
The Odd Couple was filmed in front of a live audience.
Sweetie bitty, yeah.
Yay.
All right, let's go. Big show. Let me welcome in my co-host, Mr. Kelvin Washington.
Kelvin.
What up, man? Happy Monday, Magic City Monday. Good weekend of football. College football was pretty good. Had some crazy games, some crazy finishes there. We had a really good fight. We had some good NFL action. So, yeah, good weekend, man. We got a lot to get to. On this Magic City Monday.
Absolutely. Of course, Monday Night Football getting started early 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, a doubleheader. But unlike before where they would overlap the games, you'll be able to watch like both of them. I think one starts at 4 Pacific and the other one starts at 7, right?
Yeah, like the NBA out here. You know how they get you the early one, you get the late one.
Yeah, because it used to be at the same time.
Have you breaking that? Like, what?
But the one late one, you know what I mean, 7 p.m. is 10 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
Eastern. That's late. Yeah, so they just decided with the West Coast to not overlap them. A lot to get to on this Monday. Let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew. Wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without them. Rob G is our producer. Alex is our engineer. Steve DeSager's at the anchor desk. He'll keep us updated throughout the program.
Never heard of him.
And
Never heard of him.
Elijah
Never heard of him.
is our social media
sitting right there. Never heard of him.
Guru. Who does a great job for us. A lot to get to. And Rob G, we can start right here the Kansas City Chiefs lose to the Philadelphia Eagles in the rematch of the Super Bowl a year ago, except for the Chiefs didn't get their ass kicked like they did in the Super Bowl. They still lose. For the Chiefs, it's the second loss. Last year, they were 11-0 in one-score games. This year in one-score games, 0-2. Rob G., the details.
That's right. It's a tough scene in Kansas City, starting off 0-2 for the first time in the Mahomes era. They've lost 3 straight games for the first time in the Mahomes era. And here's the other issue. The Chiefs, again, first time starting 0-2 since 2014. As a franchise, not just Andy Reid, not just Patrick Mahomes, not just Travis Kelce, they have missed the postseason each of the last 6 times they've started the season 0-2. And if that wasn't bad enough, across the NFL, teams that start out 0-2 only make the playoffs 12% of the time.
Kelvin, I got news for you.
What's that?
The percentages could say 12%.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying 0%. The Chiefs will not, NOT, make the playoffs. I have been talking about them for 2 years now. And the lucky rabbit's foot. Well, I've been chronicling this, all the demise of what's going on and Patrick Mahomes and the numbers. I made the mistake last year and said that Patrick Mahomes had turned into Daniel Jones. I'm wrong. He's worse than Daniel Jones. Are you kidding me? Have you seen the numbers for Patrick Mahomes? Not good. Not even not good. How about terrible? How about awful? I'll give you the numbers. Passer rating, 82. 26th in the National Football League. Not even completing 60% of his passes. 58.8. 28th in the NFL. Yards per pass, 21st at 6.5. Dink and dunk, dunk. Enough. Dinking is good and dunking with donuts, but not football so much.
Did you say Shaq can dunk, but you don't want to be dunking?
Yards per game, 222.5. 7 tied for 17th, and 2 touchdowns, 1 pick in 2 games so far. So the numbers are not good. Travis Kelce's retired, and on any other day, he might as well retire because once he started talking about it, you're basically retired as a player, and you saw the bad play, and it turned into an interception, but he's just a non-factor. I mean, it's unbelievable how much of a non-factor he is. You could talk about waiting for receivers to come back and keep hoping and wishing, and before it was Patrick Mahomes, they had the most drops, and they had this, and they had that. That people have kept making excuses instead of looking at what the numbers are. And the numbers aren't good. I'm not surprised. I'm really not. But it finally caught up to him. All that good luck. I told you last year, they weren't going to win a Super Bowl. They were way too lucky. Teams would blow up and make bad plays to help them win. The kicker would hit the upright or miss an easy field goal or whatever it was. It was all these things that happened. And now here they are 2 games in. And the games that they normally win, no matter what, they haven't been able to win. So I'm not surprised. I know the math says 12% of teams that start 0-2 don't make the playoffs. Right? I'm saying just 0. I just do not see them making the playoffs. And I know there's 15 games to go and a lot of football to play. I'm looking at this team, and I don't see it.
This is where I don't understand you sometimes. I love you like a play cousin, but I don't get it. They're 0-2, and each game, especially yesterday, they lose by 3 to the reigning champs. And you just mentioned, Travis Kelce catches that touchdown pass. It's a different game. He does it. Now,
we can do that all day.
I'm with you. Okay, I'll let you talk.
All right, that mindset we could do all day.
When we can. So let me do it. So Travis Kelce catches that touchdown. We might be having a completely different conversation. And similar to the Chargers, they're right in that thing a drive away from winning it. So they got to win those games, and they have historically the last year or two won those games. Here's why I'm not counting them out. Number one, you just mentioned it. They have 15 games left. And if I'm them, I'm saying we just 2 teams who are legitimate playoff teams who look, well, one is the reigning champ.
The Jets are 0-2. Their season's over.
Yeah, but the Jets ain't the Chiefs. So like I was saying, I'm looking at it as the Chargers look like they were a playoff team and look like they're going to be really good. We'll find out more tonight. And also the Eagles have been good for the last 3-4 years, and they're the reigning champs. We were in both of those games. In fact, again, you felt really good about if you're the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh.
And you feel really good about that. Now, here's the reason why what you said matters. To me, I'm looking at it as we're competitive with two really good teams. We're in this. We still have, of course, two guys coming. Worthy might be back next game. And then you got Rashee Rice, who could be back in another 3 or 4 games. So as long as if you stay in this thing and you're 3-3, or even if you're 2-3 and you're floating around there, you have more than enough runway to right the ship, similarly to how I felt about the Ravens last year when they started off 0-2. If there's a team that can go 1-2, 1-3, 0-2, 1-3, it'd be a handful of teams. The Chiefs are one of those teams. They've been right there in those games, and I know, again, they feel like we are a play or two away if we get our guys back. So to me, I'm looking at it as defense has kept you around, especially against the Eagles. And then again, when we get our guys back, we have more explosiveness. We got guys who can take it over the top. To your point, they've been dinking and dunking. We have opportunities to go long. We have opportunities for special plays, a little bubble screen that breaks because Worthy is fast as I don't know what. So I don't look at it as, and again, last point too, two teams were 10-7 that made the postseason. You got the Bucs that made the postseason at 10-7, and the Broncos in your own division made the postseason last year at 10-7. 10-7. So you have plenty more games. If you got to lose a couple more, if you obviously got to go on a nice winning streak, 10-7, if that can get you in, this team is capable of 10-7 to get in. So I don't know. I'm not writing them off how you are based off of those facts alone right there.
I wrote them off last year. I told you they couldn't win the Super Bowl.
Rob,
they won
I'm not
their first 11.
listening to you to tell me they couldn't win the Super Bowl.
And they won their first 11.
Sense.
No, it doesn't.
That makes no sense.
I told you they weren't good enough that they couldn't win a Super Bowl. I told you.
You told me.
I told you.
Whoa,
yes, I did.
Because only one team can win the Super Bowl.
But even when
you went out on a limb, Rob.
Yeah, I did. When they won 11 and 12-0.
Could have been 16.
So what?
Whoa.
I told you they weren't good enough.
Rob Stradamus, you the man. They literally went
maybe sitting
15
next to me over the next
and
couple
maybe 16-1.
Some of this football knowledge since 1987
You're right.
will rub
so here's
off
what I'll
on
do.
you.
Here's what I'll do.
How's that?
I'll just say a team was going to lose every week, and act like it doesn't matter. And then when you come in, don't want to bring it up that they lost until they won, until they lose. So let me learn from you. They're going to lose. They're going to lose, and even though he win, they won. Then they finally lose in the Super Bowl. I told you.
Nah.
No, you told me every week they were going to lose, and they didn't.
No, I didn't.
You did.
Just
12 weeks.
Just like I told you the Lions weren't.
And you told me that for 10 weeks.
I told
Rob
you.
G, thank God for receipts that Rob G told me every week you would pick the Lions.
I still told you they weren't going there, and you picked them every week thinking they were going to win some Super Bowl.
And both teams are 15-2. So you don't look like Bro Stradamus.
Just like what you call. You had them beating Washington. You thought
they didn't win the Super Bowl.
9.5
God
points.
forbid you get to the Super Bowl.
They were supposed to be there. They were supposed to.
God forbid you get to the Super Bowl.
I didn't tell you when they were struggling.
Nothing.
I told you when they were 11 or 12-0 that they weren't winning no Super Bowl.
That's
what I told you.
Equally as you kept telling me they're going to lose.
No, that's
so
impressive.
I don't know. What you want me to listen to, Rob?
That's impressive when
they're going to lose. 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 I finally got it right.
No, they're not going to win the Super Bowl.
Is that what you're going to tell me?
I told you that.
Okay.
And I'm telling you again, you'll go back.
You know the best part about it?
Fans know.
That's the best
what
part
they do.
is they listen. And the best part about it is Elijah.
No.
You got everything on YouTube.
They all go.
Oh, I love a good microwave
just like
tape.
you sat here and told me.
What did I tell you?
Oh, Tibbs ain't going to get fired. He just took the Knicks to the best place they ever been. They got
said
fired
I wouldn't
the next
fire
day. I told you he was going to get fired. You told me that they overachieved.
They did overachieve.
No, they did not. An overachieved team got fired their coach.
Wait. Why are you going back to the Knicks? What did I got to do anything?
No, I'm just trying to tell you.
I'm just saying. Why are we bringing up the Knicks?
I'm telling you stuff ahead of time, way ahead of time. So if you listen to the program,
every single week you tell me the Lions lose,
all right?
the Chiefs are going to lose, Aaron Rodgers ain't going to do this.
I told you the Lions were going to lose.
What we doing?
I told you.
But you told me this week they're going to lose too.
That's right.
Did they lose?
I got that one wrong.
Right,
this week coming up.
You know what? That's all I needed.
Who did play Baltimore?
Yeah, that's all I needed. You just said that. I got this one wrong. I'm better now. You just said that. I'm happy. I'm okay.
I'm just trying to tell you what I got to tell you. All right, 877-99
10-7. They can't get to 10-7?
877-996-6369. Are the 0-2 Chiefs destined to miss the playoffs? Because I think they will miss the playoffs. Of course, Kelvin is the half glasses half full guy. 877-99 on Fox.
They can't get to that, Rob?
We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. I'm fired up. Nothing better than
We
the
got some fired
NFL
up to be.
than
I'm
when
waiting.
the Chiefs are 0-2, lost 3 straight games, and this is
That's
over,
right.
baby.
Tell them. Aaron
This is
Rodgers threw
over.
4 touchdowns.
Awesome. This
The
is
Lions
awful.
lost.
This is awful.
Aaron Rodgers had some beautiful balls.
I'm about to cook you.
877-99 on Fox. It is the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday, and you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
If you finally understand that he will never be close to Brady. And yeah, he's not even Jordan-esque in the US of A.
There you go.
Jaden Daniels had a rookie season to remember. But if you ask him about it, you don't want to talk about it. Because according to ESPN.com, they did a long feature on him. Here's what he said about how he played last year and what he's looking forward to build off of it. Here he said, quote, "Last year was last year. I don't like people talk about it to me and ask me about it because it don't mean anything to me. I don't say I get irritated about it, but kind of just moving on to be the present, trying to focus on getting better so I can be better for this year. I got so much more that I want to accomplish. Last year was just the beginning."
I love that. I really do. That's mature. That's not like I mastered the NFL in 1 year. I'm that dog and this. No. The sophomore jinx, that ain't about one person. That's been happening forever.
That's real.
In the NFL. Forever. And you can't even have a better exhibit A than C.J. Stroud. After his first year, you remember? They were picked for the Super Bowl the next year. Everybody was, oh, my God, C.J. Stroud, and they just added some other players, and look at that, they're loaded. Oh, my God, they took a step back last year. C.J. Stroud wasn't that good. This year, Rob G., I don't have the numbers, but I know that they didn't score a touchdown last week. Am I right?
He was running for his life.
I mean, it hasn't been the same since year one. And all Jaden Daniels is saying is, that was nice. I got work to do. I need to get better. And I'll tell you this. Look, that's all I'm saying. I didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything. MLB Bro was about to be popping today.
It is far. It is gone. Very nice. John Sterling's retired, but that was a monster.
Giancarlo.
L.C. Parlo. There you go. Look at that.
MLB Bro, because you need to know.
That. No, but I like the young man's approach. I mean, I do.
Jaden Daniels to me is sometimes you watch something special and you go like, all right, that looks different. And to me, looking at him and everything I've ever heard, all his old coaches, everything we heard when he's at LSU, the stuff we heard when he was at Arizona State, Herm Edwards had him for a bit there. This kid he's kind of a Kobe in that a maniacal approach. All we ever hear is all he does is football, football, football. He cares about football. He's just locked into football. That is his routine, and that's why he's wise enough to know last season ain't got nothing to do with this season. Can't be feeling yourself, can't be smelling yourself. You got to be locked in. And already, game one, he looked like he was locked in. And I think what makes him special, he's got a lot of – you've heard me talk about this before. He's got a lot of starts under his belt before he even got to the league. And also, he is very, very efficient, and his completion percentage is so high. Last season, I think it was 69% completion percentage. So he is scary, and he is special when he gets out of that pocket too. Somehow, as slender as he is, he doesn't take many hits. So he's just locked in.
But I will say this. I fully expect him to take a step back from that first year. I fully expect him not to. There's no way he could repeat that. And you got to remember, there are about would you say 3 games last year they had no business winning.
One was the Bears.
We that Bears, right? Yeah. We always talk about that. But that turned their season around where they had these 3 games where they should have lost or whatever. And I'm not taking anything away from it. I just think it's natural that there is a little step back because they were so high on C.J. Stroud that they picked him for the Super Bowl next year.
A lot of people did.
And then You heard anything about the Texans this year?
No.
Zero. It went
yeah.
from that to they're going to the Super Bowl to nothing this year.
Their issue now, CJ's. Here's why I don't think the CJ Stroud. I get it. You and I have talked about it all last year. Why I don't see this happening to Jaden. CJ Stroud is for the most part, pocket present quarterback. He has to be in the pocket. He can get out a little bit, move when he needs to. And their offensive line has been terrible last year. He was sacked a whole bunch. He was hit a whole bunch. He was running for his life. And then you look at week 1, same thing. Where Jaden Daniels is a little bit different is his ability and his escapability, the ability to run and get out and get open, and he likes to, and he's fluid as a runner, and this is what adds an element to him. And I think I look at him as somebody who can continue to be on a trajectory to actually get better. Fox Sports Radio, it is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday. If it's Magic City Monday, you know we're going to hear some Glorilla because DJ Ali Alex loves her. Be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel. We're looking at it right now. You can catch us live on YouTube. That's right. We will simulcast the show right now. YouTube. Do it! That's right. You can see the two of us, see our face.
Do it!
Go to youtube.com/@OddCoupleFSR. If you're already in YouTube, just search Odd Couple FSR and be sure to hit subscribe button, like it, share it, all the good stuff. Hit the thumbs up. Tell us who's winning between the debates and the takes, all that good stuff. Go check it out right now. Odd Couple FSR. Appreciate all you who are checking in on YouTube, commenting. Rob G throughout the show will take some of the best comments too, and we'll show you some love on the air. Henry McKenna getting ready to come up in a little bit.
And
here.
Rob G, don't be editing through those comments on YouTube, okay?
What you know?
I'm a woman.
Now
I'm just saying.
Now they be sparing you because we saw you
No,
last
because
week.
he'll skip over 8 of them to get to one to rip on me. That's just how he is.
He was sparing you. Remember they said last week, Elijah and him said, "You sure you want us to read these?"
Hey,
you sure, Rob?
You are fake news.
I'm just saying. I know how Rob G operates. He'll go over 8 of them, and then come up with one ripping on
You know
me.
you keep separating that room in there. I told you, Rob G is team me. Alex is team you.
Rob G better not. He's wearing the birthday present that I got him. Rob G, what shirt do you have on?
I got my Raider shirt on. I'm looking at the YouTube comments right now if you want me to read a couple, Rob.
Real quick.
If you really want them, I'll read them to you.
Real quick.
Here's what it says.
Just read them.
Rob be talking some bull jive. All the times he be wrong, the one time he's right, he wants to be like, I'm right. Glad Kelvin called him out. That's something Chris would have done.
Now that's bad because that means Kelvin is now doing the show and writing comments at the same time.
I'll give you that was a good one. Listen, man, I'm just saying.
All
man.
right, let's hear the
man of the people. You know.
We don't know where that's coming from. Let's talk to the people.
Now you want to go to the people.
Trip in
Hey,
Las
you too.
Vegas.
Y'all still are people too. You too.
Well, I don't know who's out there. I don't know who's writing the comments.
Wait, so you know who's calling?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Trip in Las Vegas. You're on the
No,
Odd
you are
Couple.
tripping.
Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Trip?
Hey, God bless. I'm big friends with the guys in front of you, but I had to call in today. Here's why. Kansas City, I'm going to throw out a few things, and y'all let me know what you think. They may go 10-7. They may make the playoffs, okay? But guess what? It's done. It's like when Brady left. We'll see who's the better. Is it going to be Reed or Mahomes? And then when the Giants beat them this week, I'll call back on Monday and apologize or brag. And my last thing is like a girl. When she leaves you, she ain't coming back.
Well, here's the argument I would have with you, and Rob always brings it up. Thank you, Trip. But the Patriots won. They won a few, and then they didn't win for 9 years. Always bring up, and then they won some more. So I don't. If you're saying the Patriots to me, then you're using an example of where you can, have a few years where you're down and bounce back.
Jerry in Seattle. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jerry?
Not much. How y'all doing?
Well, good.
Great.
Jerry.
How are you?
Good. Y'all are on fire this day. You got to save some of it up. It's a long show.
I know, right?
Hey, you know how it is, Jerry, after a football weekend.
Oh, yeah.
You know it.
And it only gets better.
I hear it. So I want to be a peacemaker here and just bring y'all together and remind y'all that you both picked the Ravens last year, and they didn't do it, and they ain't going to do it again this year. So whatever.
Okay.
You said so. Whatever.
All right,
Jerry. Jerry, hey, keep Rob G. Caller ID. Keep his number so we can call him back.
Randy in New Orleans. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Randy?
What's going on, gentlemen? How y'all doing today?
Man,
good,
doing
Randy.
Great. Fired up. You know it.
It's always good to hear from y'all on a Monday. I said that they don't make the playoffs. One of the biggest changes that the Chiefs are facing that people are not talking about is the division, right? That division is much better than it was a few years ago. You started to see the difference last year. But as the Chargers get better, the Broncos get better, the Raiders get better, all the teams are well coached, probably the best coached division in football. So those non-division games that you would lose and come back and just win a division and make the playoffs, they're not going to be able to do that. I'd probably go out on a limb and say that they split every game in the division.
Wow.
They're not going to make the playoffs with that.
Well, Randy, I hear you on paper, but the Broncos don't look better right now, and the Raiders will find out tonight. So I get what you're saying. Same thing with the NFC North. It sounds good. The Bears are supposed to be better. They're not. The Vikings should. I don't know that they're better. So we all say it, but it sounds good.
Johnny in Minnesota. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Johnny?
Hey, how's it going, Rob?
Doing great.
And Kelvin. What's up, guys?
What's up, brother?
Man, we all talk about the Kansas City Chiefs being, they get a little slow. Well, we'll talk about them in the playoffs. They start off, they'll be like, hey, no one need to win one game by 1 point, and all of a sudden they're in the Super Bowl. I mean, what else can you be? How else can you be better than that?
Right.
No, but the only difference here, Johnny, is they have never started 0-2 and never lost 3 in a row. Patrick, this is the new ground that they're breaking. That's why this is so interesting. This isn't just losing one game and you go, oh, my God, the sky's falling. They've never done this. That's a long run. Patrick Mahomes been around 7-8 years, and you're saying that he's never lost 3 games in a row, never lost 2 games to start the season. And the NFL numbers, no matter what, this is throughout all teams. 12% chance of making the playoffs, right? After you go 0-2.
There's so
that's
many
a big
variables,
number.
though. We're looking
That's
at
a big
one.
number.
They're showing a replay. Joe Burrow being out. We'll get to that. That helps them, too, because it's another team that possibly could have made the postseason.
Well, we don't know because they didn't make it last year, though.
But I'm saying that we all kind of thinking they should be better. There's a bunch of reasons, too. The Broncos might not even make it, so we'll see. All right, on the way, we got Henry McKenna, Fox Sports national NFL writer. We'll talk to more NFL headlines with him in just a bit. Steve DeSager, what's trending? Hey, Steve.
Hey there, we got 2 Monday Night Football games tonight. Tampa Bay at Houston is 7-7 with 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Each team scored a TD on its first drive. For Houston, C.J. Stroud, 4 of 5 passing, 102 yards, including a touchdown toss of 29 yards to Nico Collins. Then Tampa Bay answered with a score. Baker Mayfield, 4 of 6 passing, 55 yards, including a 20-yard TD to Ryan Miller. Right now, Houston with the ball in field goal range. range late first quarter in a 7-7 tie with the Bucs. Coming up at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, Las Vegas hosting the Chargers. L.A. placed linebacker Denzel Perriman on IR with a high ankle sprain. The big news from the Bengals that quarterback Joe Burrow will have toe surgery and could miss at least 3 months. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy could miss 2 to 4 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Veteran Carson Wentz will likely start this week. Minnesota running back Aaron Jones is likely out with a hamstring injury from last night, and center Ryan Kelly is in concussion protocol. Washington quarterback Jaden Daniels is day-to-day with a sprained knee. Marcus Mariota is the Commanders' backup QB. Running back Austin Eckler officially on IR. Jets quarterback Justin Fields is in concussion protocol. Jacksonville wide receiver Brian Thomas is dealing with a wrist injury. Dallas center Connor Beebe will miss 6 to 8 weeks with a high ankle sprain. To Major League Baseball, just 2 weeks left in the season. The Cubs are leading 2-0 at the Pirates in the bottom of the third. Blue Jays at Rays about to start. Same with Yankees at Twins. And coming up, Rangers at the Houston Astros in a half an hour. And for Houston, Jose Altuve back in the lineup. Dodgers have the late game. They're hosting the Phillies to start a series. Essentially, realistically, they have to sweep the Phils to have a chance to get the first week off once we get to postseason, which will not be that far away. But that's the late game, 10 p.m. Eastern, Phillies at Dodgers. Back to you.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. It's the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin, Washington, on a Magic City Monday. We appreciate you hanging out with us as always. Oh, achy knees, stiff back joints not cooperating. Well, some days your body is just like, no. On those days, thankfully, there's Aleve with just one pill. Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief so you can keep moving, use as directed, and as promised, Henry McKenna, Fox Sports national NFL writer, Henry C. McKenna on X, joining the show right now. Henry, what's going on? How you doing?
What's happening?
I'm good. What's up, guys?
Nothing,
good to be back.
And we're fired up.
All good. Henry, I'm just straight up. I got the Chiefs not making the playoffs. I'm out on the Chiefs. I've been banging this drum. Last year, I thought they were lucky as heck to be 11 or 12-0, and their record, they kept winning, 11-0 in games with one score, right? One-score games, and now already this year, 0-2. Where are you on the Chiefs and just what's happening?
Yeah, I had them finishing in third in the division.
Wow.
I did like a way too early playoff prediction back when the schedule came out. I said, that looks grueling. And it's proving to be so far. But I did actually have them sneaking into the playoffs just because Patrick Mahomes. And so, look, like you're saying, these end-of-game situations, we're so accustomed to balls bouncing the Chiefs' way, to situations favoring the Chiefs. I am a firm believer, as a guy who covered the Patriots at the end of their dynasty for almost a decade, I'm a firm believer that these end-of-game situations are not just luck, right? Like, when it's a pattern like it was last year, what is luck the residue of? It's the residue of preparation. It's the residue of hard work. And, last year I talked to Rob Gronkowski, Julian Edelman, members of that Patriots dynasty, about the Chiefs, I did it for this story that I was writing called The Art of the Narrow Victory. And I was trying to figure out how Tom Brady did it, how the Patriots did it, Bill Belichick did it.
Well, the Patriots cheated. We know that.
Oh my God, that's too long of another.
I know. I don't want to get sidetracked. Henry,
take the next 2.5 hours of our show talking about that.
Okay.
Yeah, right. All right, I'll be here for a while. No, but that my point is that, which is that, like, okay, so if that's the truth of it, is that it's hard work and preparation, and all of a sudden this year it's maybe not flipping their way, then does that mean they're maybe not working hard enough yet, and that they're not preparing hard enough? And that would make sense, given that they've been to 3 Super Bowls in a row. They've won 2. They failed on the 3-peat. There's a bit of a hangover, both for their success and their failure. I'm thinking that their plans haven't gone according to plan with the 2 receivers, with the suspension and the injury to Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice. But they're going to be dangerous in the second half of the season, because they always are, because they have Patrick Mahomes, and because those 2 receivers are coming back. So don't lose faith, those people in Kansas City. And Rob, I think that was you who just said that you don't think they're making the playoffs. I think you're wrong. I think they can still do it.
Okay, have you watched Travis Kelce play too lately? I mean, what is he? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah. No,
is he coming back in the second half too, or is he going to retire in the second half?
I think he'll be there, but he won't be the focal point of the offense. I think, like I said, Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice. The thing about this Chiefs offense, and I was recently talking to, a source inside Kansas City, inside that organization. I was saying, hey, what's been going on with the offense these last years? Why isn't it coming together? And he told me that they've been building this offense around Rashee Rice. And last year, he was right at the center. He was the engine that made it go until he got hurt. And then they didn't really know what to do. Fast forward to this year, that he gets his suspension. I'm not sure they totally anticipated that suspension hitting for week 1, or even for 2025. They thought maybe it might linger all the way into 2026. So both times they have the plan to feature Rashee Rice. He's actually going to sort of look like Travis Kelce in the offense, and both times that plan foiled. Now, that is indicative that maybe it was a bad plan to begin with, but still, I think that's what's going to happen to Travis Kelce, is he's going to fade into a complementary role, and he's going to be less important, and so that these crucial drops, that's the bounce that we were talking about, really, that determined the game. He drops the ball, and it goes into the hands of an Eagles rookie. It reminded me, honestly, of the Cooper DeJean interception in the Super Bowl, just technically 2 games ago, right? But back in February. So, Kelce doesn't look like himself. They need to get him out of the primary pass catching.
Listen, Henry, he already told us, you usually hear this from pro athletes, once you mentally check out, and he said, I wasn't there last year, I wasn't focused. Then he's got the soon to be the biggest wedding ever. He might not be there. And just naturally, you age. Henry McKenna, Fox Sports National NFL writer with us. Let's go to the other side, Henry. The Eagles. I feel like the Eagles, reigning champs, been to the Super Bowl a couple times in the last 3 years. We don't really talk about them as much. And is it just because they're just that good? They're dominating? Maybe the style in which they play? Is it boring? What is it about the Eagles? And then also, Rob G and I were talking about this. The tush push, we'll have an extended conversation at some point. How long do you think that's going to last? Because I just see from a broadcasting standpoint and then obviously competitive edge, I can feel like they're going to try to find a way to legislate that out after this year.
Yeah. So what's wrong with the Eagles, or why are we not more interested? Well, Jalen Hurts, as good as I think he is, and I really do think he's, generally, on the whole, top 5 quarterback, top 8 quarterback in the league. He's not the flashiest player. The tush push is one of his best plays, and that's not to belittle him as a quarterback. It makes him one of the best situational football players in the league, and we just talked about how important situational play is. It's what's making the Chiefs lose. It's what's making the Eagles win. So I think that's hugely important. But ultimately, he's an efficiency passer, a guy who picks his spots, he picks his risks, and like last night, he didn't need to take any risks. At the end of the game, Chris Jones goes up to Jalen Hurts as he's taking a knee to end the game, and Chris Jones goes, bro, you only had 200 yards, as a team. And Jalen Hurts says, shut the F up, we won, right? So that's kind of where the Chiefs are right now. It doesn't matter if we ran for or if we had a total 200. Sorry, that's for the Eagles, I think. Right. It doesn't matter if they have total 200 yards, and A.J. Brown looks yet again like not a viable fantasy football player. They're playing real football, and they're winning games. As for the tush push, I kind of think this is the last year, because they went after it with the wrong tool. They were pulling the wrong lever to try and get rid of it, and they said it was about player safety. They didn't have any data to back that up, because it wasn't any more dangerous than the sport was normally. And so what I think they're going to do this year, we heard, our very own rules analyst, Dean Blandino, talking about it on the broadcast. It's such a hard play to officiate. And we started to see that impact the outcome of the game, where the Eagles were going early, technically offsides, and the refs weren't calling it because they couldn't see it happening. So if that ultimately ends up being let's say it's the Packers again, or whoever presents this at the committee meeting, the owners meeting in the offseason, I think that's probably the angle that could do it. And if that's the one that does it, then it's probably out by 2026.
Let's talk about quickly the Ravens. I mean, they're scoring 40 points every week. And then in his work this past week, Lamar Jackson has now passed Aaron Rodgers for the highest passer rating in the NFL for career.
Passing? Thought he couldn't pass, Rod, as people say.
What was Bill Polian said he should try out for wide receiver, but 102.65. What do you make of where Lamar, obviously his numbers were ridiculous last year. I thought he should have won the MVP, 41 touchdowns. What do you have, 4 picks or whatever? What kind of this offense is scary to me because it looks like they take their foot off the gas at different times in the game too.
Yeah, the offense it remains one of the best in the league. The thing about the Ravens is not only is Lamar Jackson sort of an anomaly as a player in that he's maybe the best dual threat player we've ever seen, but he's also anomalous in his history, which is, sadly, he can't really beat Josh Allen right now, and he's never really beaten Patrick Mahomes. And so I don't think we take that Ravens team very seriously in the current climate of the NFL because, you know, he's only beaten Patrick Mahomes one time in, I think, 9 total matchups, and he's lost his 2 last matchups against Josh Allen. And so it's like, it's such a strange situation because Lamar
all it takes is one win, though. Once you break through, like I get that,
I do agree.
Henry, but once you break through, it's like everything. And like we talk about in the NBA all the time, the Pistons could never beat the Celtics, and then finally they break through, and then they win a couple championships. Teams go through that. Players go through that, and you have to break through, and I think that'll change. But I'm just saying, when you look at the numbers and what he's able to accomplish, because we talked about last year, 3 of those 4 interceptions, Henry, hit the receiver's hand. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's no doubt. Like, to honor his talents and what makes him special, which is everything. It's remarkable. I mean, we think a lot about how Josh Allen has improved as a prospect, but so too has Lamar. The way that he's become such a good pocket passer, such a good scrambling passer. He's so efficient with his body in that, like, think about Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes and the way that they lower their shoulder. Do you ever see Lamar Jackson do that? And I think the answer is no, and I think like that's potentially why Lamar Jackson could last longer than Josh Allen. Yeah. Maybe could have a more grand legacy than Josh Allen, because if, like you're saying, it's only a matter of time before he starts to beat Josh Allen, he starts to beat Patrick Mahomes, and he outlasts them, and his numbers are bananas, right?
No, his numbers
then we're looking
crazy.
then we're looking at, we're looking at a legacy that's not comparable to a mobile quarterback. I can't even think of anyone. Right?
He's in the league of his own, Henry. Hey, we appreciate your time as always, Henry. Thank you, man.
Appreciate you guys. Bye.
No doubt. Henry C. McKenna on X. Go give him a follow. We got on the way Play of the Day, Shekel City as well. Plus, we got to talk about the game, one of the games from last night, the Sunday night game. We'll get to that in just a bit as well. It's the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin, on a Magic City Monday, Fox Sports Radio.
Thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs down. Can the Bengals survive, let's say, 3 months without Joe Burrow? All right, so I've got UPS, Skittles bag, and Meatball Hero. And we'll combine all of these things together, and we are going to put the biscuit in the basket is what we're going to do. So my first thought on this is when you say survive, like, they're not going to die, but in terms of actually being competitive and in a position to get in the playoffs, I'm going to go no, capital N, no. And no, they will not. Joe Burrow, for better or worse, is the Bengals. He is the franchise. He got paid like the franchise, and they just lost the steering wheel. So if you're driving along and you lose your steering wheel, it's a problem. If you're in the demolition derby and you lose your steering wheel, it's a bigger problem. So you're telling me that Jake Browning, who I actually liked when he played a few years ago, that Jake Browning is going to keep this jalopy on the road in Cincinnati, because at some point the defense is going to completely unravel. Like, it's going to just be tattered in Cincinnati, so you're going to have to score more points, and you're going to have to throw the ball more, and Browning, the more you throw, the more interceptions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So this is a UPS special in honor of our friend Tree in Chicago. It's a UPS special. What can Browning do for you? Not what Brown can do for you. What can Browning do for you? Well, he can deliver interceptions. He'll throw some touchdowns, and that's it. Now, you can sugarcoat this if you want. I choose not to, but if you want to sugarcoat it, you can do that all you want. It is next man up, suck it up, all that stuff. The show must go on. Blah, 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 blah. We've all heard the cliches. But on this one, I can't go there. Cannot do it. And Burrow, is it the receiver that makes the quarterback, or the quarterback that makes the receiver? I said, well, the Bengals have two absolute studs in Jamar Chase and T. Higgins as playmakers on offense. And that is true. And Browning, is he going to use them to the same degree that Burrow did? But Burrow hadn't played great to start the year here. The first couple of games or so was terrible against Cleveland last week. So what can Browning do for you? Well, what can he do for you? Let's see here. Well, he can put the ball in the other team's hands. Check that box. That's what he can do. A lot of turnovers here. Hero ball 1 minute. He didn't win the game on Sunday with a couple of plays late. Disaster the next, though. He reminds me of the comp on Browning, the backup for the Bengals. The comp is like Ryan Fitzpatrick, the Amish rifle, without the beard and lacking charisma. Like, if you had Ryan Fitzpatrick, you had him shave, and he had no charisma, there you go. So you're telling me that in the AFC, a conference that has Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, who's a great regular season player, fraud in the playoffs, but great regular season player. Kansas City, who's now 0-2, so you figure they most likely, if you continue down this path, they're going to be a wild card team. That's going to be their path. Although the AFC West, we'll see what the Chargers do against the Raiders tonight. And then you've got the Josh Allen scenario in Buffalo. So there's a couple of heavyweights in the AFC, and Jake Browning is going to keep you right in the middle of that. Now, every time a quarterback gets hurt, somebody says, "Whoa, what about Nick Foles? What about Nick Foles?" Okay, so that's a once-a-generation thing. Spoiler alert, that's already happened this generation.
Fox Sports Radio. It is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker. And I was like, good gracious, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday.
I hit it so good today.
Come
it
on,
was
Tiger.
fun.
Tiger, you got to relax. Thank you to Henry McKenna, who just joined us moments ago. You'll be able to check that on the podcast if you missed it.
And he can be wrong. That's okay.
Yeah, he can be wrong. Yo, we just got another touchdown. I'll tell you what, this is an explosive offensive game. If you thought it was going to be a slow one, currently 13-10. The Buccaneers up a few minutes into the second quarter. And Steve DeSager will give you an update here coming up at the top of the hour. Right now, it's time for Shekel City.
Welcome to Shekel City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
Where we at?
2-1
okay.
on Friday.
I like it.
Up to 9-12. I've actually hit 5 of my last 6 picks.
You want to restart?
No
Still
restart.
early?
No, we're not restarting.
All right, let me look at the total. 9 and 12 right there.
We'll
Okay,
restart
I'm looking at it.
after the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Elijah, that's when we normally will restart.
Look at Elijah saying, yeah, whatever you want, Rob.
Never heard of
I don't restart all the time. Elijah knows that.
Elijah said, his face said, yeah, whatever you want, Rob. Just do what you want to do.
All right, tonight I got the Chargers minus 3.5. That's my best.
Go
bet.
Chargers!
Taking on the Raiders in Vegas.
Come on, Rob G got his Raiders shirt on that you got him.
I got the Bucks plus 2.5, and that was not from Ross. That birthday present. Just want you to know.
No, I believe you. It was TJ Maxx.
The closing one.
It's the thought that counts, Alex, isn't it?
Blowout sale.
Always.
I mean,
Rob, if you got me a bag of chips, I'd be happy.
you would be happy, won't you?
You would.
Well, we'll have cheesecake on the 6th.
Rob, you're
And
reading this all
champagne.
wrong. Because I'm the kind of person where if you say, hey, I got you this shirt, but wait till you find out how much I paid for it, I'd be more impressed that you got a good deal.
Actually, I'll give you that. Rob G, you are the
I'd be like,
save
oh,
on
snap,
the,
you got
yeah.
this kick-ass shirt for $6,
No,
Rob?
Rob G's about that life.
I'd be pumped.
Okay, $4.97.
Yes.
It's a good deal.
It's a nice shirt. I told you, it's comfortable.
Listen, you ain't got to explain nothing. It's a nice shirt. He's a Raider fan. It looks good on. And you got it right now because he's felt. It's fitting good.
Like a gazelle.
Settle down.
All right, here we
Ain't
go.
been to the gym in 6 months.
I thought Steve was sitting next to me.
There we go. And then I got the Yankees minus 1.5 during Minnesota taking on the Twins.
Yeah, it's just starting here, right?
They're just starting. So again, Yankees minus 1.5, Tampa Bay plus 2.5, and the Chargers minus 3.5. And remember, Kelvin, I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on.
All right, there you have it. Last night's game, man. Minnesota taking on. Oh well, yeah. Let me rewind that. Get to the tire rack play of the day. Tire rack play of the day.
Naylor through the formation. Play fake on 1st and 10. McCarthy wants to cut it loose. Is it picked? It is! And it's Billy Bowman Jr. coming up with the interception.
All right, there you have it right there. Falcons radio, which was, the defense was getting after it. Tire rack play of the day. For over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive, ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. And I tell you what, man, the Falcons defense was all over the Vikings, specifically J.J. McCarthy and Kevin O'Connell as, the guy who calls the offense. They got 6 sacks. J.J. McCarthy's been half, some of it is a lot of him holding the ball. You see that between Caleb Williams, some of these young quarterbacks holding the ball too long. You can't do that in the NFL. In the contrast, you saw Michael Penix Jr., and he really gets the ball out fast. So J.J. McCarthy is going to have an up and down. This is essentially, Rob, his rookie year. He didn't play all of last year, was injured. This is he going to go through those growing pains. And right now, some of those issues that he would hope he was able to work out having played last year, just like most people, you get your shot, you get the feel of the game. He's working out in real time with the Vikings. And this is the Vikings team who kind of reset the clock by going 14-3, hoping that they could, get near that again, get back in the postseason and make some noise. They're going to have some lumps and some growing pains with J.J. McCarthy.
So.
You don't think so?
No, not with Carson Wentz coming in.
Well,
I'm serious.
Well, with him be, but that can't be. That can't be what you wanted, though. Meaning,
No. But that's why you have a backup quarterback. My point is, they have a good running game. They have good receivers. They have a good defense. Like they're
running
going,
game ain't good.
They're going to be in. They're going
They
to
do
be,
have a good defense.
They're going to be in games, is what I'm trying to say to you. And that's what J.J. McCarthy. We saw Sam Darnold, who looked nearly dead in his NFL career. I'm not counting them out, and I get it. I actually think that with a veteran quarterback who's had a good run before he got hurt. I think they had a good shot.
About. Carson Wentz?
Yeah.
Carson
Wentz.
I'm calling him Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz win. Has anybody except Carson Wentz's family had this much optimism in Carson Wentz?
Because you know what?
This doesn't make any sense. They had Sam Darnold, you have no hope. But now they got Carson Wentz who can't keep a job.
We've seen it over and over. You keep seeing it with quarterbacks Case Keenum did it with the Vikings. I'm just saying, you get quarterbacks who come into a system, they're the backup. That's why you have them.
But they're
not falling off a cliff with Carson Wentz is what I'm saying.
If you are throwing the hope on Carson Wentz, boy, I tell you, we need more Rob Parkers in life to believe in you. Because Carson Wentz since wins is what I'm calling him. Have we believed in him? The Viking fans are sick right now. JJ looks like he's going through it because, again, he's young. And then Carson Wentz is coming in and you're telling me this is the future? No. No, sirree, Bob.
It's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all, so I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank
I
you.
love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Joe. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Two NFL games tonight coming up at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Chargers at Las Vegas. Right now, mid-second quarter at Houston, and the Bucs are leading the Texans 14-10. 2 touchdown passes for Baker Mayfield, one of 15 yards to Emeka Egbuka, rookie from Ohio State. And Mayfield is 10 of 13, 94 yards in the 2 scores. A first drive TD pass for C.J. Stroud of the Texans, 29 yards to Nico Collins. Stroud 7 of 11, 127 yards. Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow will have toe surgery, could miss at least 3 months. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy could miss 2 to 4 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Washington quarterback Jaden Daniels is day-to-day with a sprained knee. Jets quarterback Justin Fields is in concussion protocol. To Major League Baseball, 2 weeks left in the season. The Cubs are leading 3-0 at Pittsburgh in the bottom of the 5th. Rays out to a 1-0 lead on the Blue Jays, bottom of the 2nd. I'm Steve DeSager.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2 on a Magic City Monday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington here on Fox Sports Radio. And with the new iHeartRadio app, you can stream us wherever you happen to be. Catch us all over all of our Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Just search Fox Sports Radio on the app. Stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets like the old days in the iHeartRadio app, so it always pops up at the top. The Odd Couple is also sponsored by Aleve. Achy knees, stiff back, joints not cooperating. Some days your body's just like, no way, no how. And on those days, luckily, there's Aleve. Just one pill. Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief so that you keep moving. Use as directed. Coming up in his usual Monday spot, TJ Houshmandzadeh in about 28 minutes, the former Pro Bowl wide receiver and co-host of Up on Game on Fox Sports Radio. So that and much more coming up in this hour number 2 on a Magic City Monday. Rob G, bad news in the NFL. Joe Burrow's not going to be lost for the season, but 3 months.
Is he not?
I'm saying 3 months. It's not. The season is 4+ months, but my God, he's hurt again.
Well, unfortunately, the 3-month timeline is actually conservative. There are people saying that this is more than likely going to end his season no matter how it goes with the recovery. But you mentioned it. Joe Burrow will undergo toe surgery after suffering what is being called third-degree turf toe. Now, turf toe doesn't sound that bad, but anybody who's actually had turf toe said they need to change the name to the death foot because it is one of the worst injuries you can get as an athlete. And unfortunately, as you guys touched on earlier in the show, this is just the latest in a long line of Joe Burrow injuries going back to college. Here's a quick rundown for you guys.
We don't have all day. What do you think? This is the internet?
Just real quick. Broken bone in his throwing hand at Ohio State in 2017. Torn rib cartilage at LSU in 2020. Torn ACL, MCL, and meniscus with the Bengals in 2020. Dislocated pinky in 2021. Ruptured appendix 2022. Calf strain 2023. Torn wrist ligament 2023. And now turf toe 2025. It's not looking good for Burrow and the Bengals.
I'll tell you this. Injuries and all, I'm with Joe Burrow. I'm taking Joe Burrow any time of the day. It's like the Kawhi Leonard. Like, there's players I'm willing to deal with the injuries and all that. And Joe Burrow showed himself really quickly. First year he got hurt, only played what did he play, Rob G? 6 or 8 games, right? Year 1. And then the next year came back and took them to the Super Bowl. The Bengals have been trying to go to the Super Bowl since Moby Dick was a guppy. They had lost 7 straight playoff games, could never take that next step. He gets there, shows up, and they're in the Super Bowl. They beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, guess where? In Kansas City. He actually won 2 and almost won the 3rd game. Remember they were calling it Burrow head, right? Because he owned the Chiefs down there. It was incredible. He's that kind of player. So, I mean, it's easy for people to say, oh, well, I don't know. It should have taken him. He's always banged up, always hurt. I get it. There are some players, though, who are worth it. He's worth the juice. Kawhi's worth the juice. Same thing. I say this with Kawhi. All he's got to do is win one. If he can get the Clippers there just one time. Joe Burrow, one time. Nobody's expecting the Bengals to be some dynasty or win 4 Super Bowl. None of that. You'll gladly take it. Just like the Texas Rangers won that World Series, they're good for the next 10, 12, 15 years. Am I right?
No, we tried it. No, don't worry about it. We won one. No,
we
don't worry about that.
There are plenty of teams that haven't won that would die to be in their position, is what I'm trying to tell you. But these are uniquely talented players. And for whatever reason, they can't stay healthy. It's mind-boggling. Because he really is. He's really a fantastic difference maker as a quarterback.
Listen, he had one of the best college years I've ever seen. Me and Rob G were talking about that. You were on vacation, and that's one of the best college seasons. If you said from a quarterback, I get you. Cam Newton sitting right there as well, could potentially have one. Some incredible football was played by Joe Burrow, and to your credit, he has been great when he's been healthy. The concern, obviously, is his health. Going back to college, he's always got something nicked up, banged up. But the difference between he and Kawhi is just the length of the season, too. Kawhi, I need you to stay healthy all through the season and during the postseason. It's a longer season. It's a longer go. That's why I would be more apprehensive with him. And it seems to be more chronic with Kawhi.
But Kawhi's the difference between the two.
Ain't no denying what Kawhi is. That's why the story of describing Kawhi is going to be so hard, because people might go, well, I'm looking at his career. I mean, he's good.
I don't think it's going to be. What's going to be hard about it?
Because if you're
seriously,
I'm answering. I'm really answering.
Yeah.
If Kawhi was healthy, let's say nobody's perfectly healthy. Let's say he was healthy 75, 85% of his career. Well, you would be like, oh, he might be a top 10, 12 player of all time. He's that good when he's healthy. But because he wasn't, and because he will miss out, you don't know where to rank him, he kind of had to be there to see him. Kyrie Irving, another guy. You're like, you kind of had to be there to know, because if I just look at his career, you'll be like, oh, it was good. But so that's what I mean. Healthy Kawhi.
See, the reason why I don't think so, I think he's like a Hall of Fame. He's won 2 championships, he's won finals MVPs. You know what I mean? Like, his accolades are already there. And it's just it's incredible what he's been able to accomplish with so much missed time. And I think he could have been an all-time great.
That's what I'm saying. He could have been a top 10 guy.
But he's a great but he's great. You know what I mean?
Without a doubt.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. This makes it weird, because I'm like, somebody could say, man, how was Daddy? How was Kawhi? And you could be like, he was one of in my lifetime top 5, 6, 7 players I've ever seen. And if you saw it and you kind of get it, you'd be like, yeah, I can't lie. But bringing it back to Joe Burrow, a couple of things. The tough part for the Bengals is all of their existence is riding with Joe Burrow. And that's okay. They put it all on him. They gave him the big bag, which you're supposed to, a quarterback that talented. I'm not even mad at it. Then they put it all on the guys he needed. They said, you want Jamar Chase, played college ball with him, that's your guy, everything, bring him. T. Higgins, you know what, we really don't want to pay him. We've been stringing him along, but you know what? We'll pay him. We got the offense set up for you. Here we go. Be happy. Let's go on this run. We paid the guys you wanted. Even Trey Hendrickson for another year. Let's go. So they have it all riding on him. That's what makes this team a little difficult, because they don't have a team. You mentioned J.J. McCarthy. All right, well, he's out right now, but they have a defense that can hold it down. We kind of have a system offensive. We can play around until he comes back. The Bengals are built for that offense to be great. That's it. Also, what makes him interesting, how many times can somebody win comeback player of the year? He's been comeback player of the year twice. Guess what he's about to be next year, Robs, both of y'all? He's going to be comeback player of the year thrice.
That's how great he is.
3 times.
It tells you about when he's healthy.
They're going to name the award after him, Rob. The Joe Burrow comeback player of the year award, even though Joe Burrow is still playing, because the man is going to have 3 of them before the age of 30.
When he's healthy, he's as good as anybody. Last year, in most years, he would have had a chance to win the MVP.
90% of years, that's an MVP.
Last point, had 2 guys who were just even better than him.
My last point is, the only concern I have is, did we witness a Dan Marino? Super talented, got there year 2, just like Dan, if I'm not mistaken, year 2.
Yeah, but he only played 6 games his first year. That was incredible.
Right, but I'm saying, we got there, we all know the talent, incredible, and you go, man, Joe Burrow, he'll get back. But between injuries and that daggone conference he's in, where he's got a battle with Lamar, who we both feel like is going to get there at least once, maybe a couple times. Josh probably feels like he's going to get there once, at least a couple. Patrick Mahomes, if you ask him, he's going to get back again.
No, he's done.
Justin Herbert, if you ask him, he's going to get. My point is,
yeah, but I think
he
that
is in a tough conference where it ain't a given.
But the only difference is he's the only one out of those people you mentioned who have been to the Super Bowl, not Patrick. I'm talking about the other guy.
That's why I'm saying Dan Marino, meaning he got there, and he may never get back between health and that conference.
Yeah,
that ain't crazy, Rob.
I'm not convinced of that because I just don't know how many years he plays. You go through stretches. He might have
his team isn't built for that.
Yeah, but he might. But even when they weren't built for it either. He was that good. And was able to. That was a flawed Cincinnati Bengals team.
They had a better running game.
Flawed team.
They had a better running game then.
Yeah, but they can build
with Joe
on
Mixon, and they also had a better defense. They weren't towards the bottom 2 or 3 in all the stats as they've been the last couple years.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they're going to be at the bottom of his whole career.
That's just my concern.
I'm just saying.
Are we looking at Dan Marino?
I'm not there yet. I got to see more of that. Mm-hmm. It would be different. The difference between him and Dan Marino is that. Dan was playing and they weren't winning. When he plays, they're really good. We talked about it. Sure, they need to get better on the defense. They have an offense. We know that. We've seen the numbers that they can put up. If they can fix that defense, keep him upright, keep him healthy, I give him a shot. Not that he has to win again. Not 4, 5, 3. No. Could he squeeze in there 1 year that Lamar's banged up or hurt, 1 year that, you know what I mean? Like some of these other situations, you just don't know.
You don't know.
Where he's good enough to me that he could get another trip to the Super Bowl. I would be surprised if he doesn't get there. I get it, but I think he's elite, and I think he's an elite.
That's where we flop. I would be more surprised if he got back. I expect Patrick Mahomes to get back. I expect Lamar at some point.
I don't expect Patrick
Josh
to get
Allen
back.
at one point. I expect all of those 3 guys to get there in the next decade.
I don't expect Patrick.
They're still young. Lamar is what, 27? It's incredible. Lamar Jackson's stats and career is incredible. Josh Allen's stats and career incredible. These guys are 27, 28.
I don't have Josh going, and I don't have Mahomes going again.
But you got Joe going again?
Yep. At some point.
Yeah.
That's in his career, not this year. I'm talking about at some point.
I flop over that. Because then Justin Herbert's going to have something to say.
And Justin Herbert, I got to see. Yeah, and Bo Nix, I'm not in that camp.
CJ Stroud at some point might have something to say.
CJ, I'm not in that camp. Everybody thought they were going to Super Bowl his second year.
Mm-hmm. So I would be more shocked if Joe Burrow would have made it back. That would be like, whoa, he made it back. Because that conference with those quarterbacks they have, in the words of the dude who stole Liam Neeson's daughter, good luck.
He's one of them. To me, he's one of the top ones in that conference.
Just the talent, without a doubt.
Division.
Without a doubt. That ain't a question.
All right, are you willing to overlook Joe Burrow's injury history? Or do you think he'll be able to break through and get back to the Super Bowl at some point with the Bengals? Because that's really – Kelvin says no. I say yes. I think he's that kind of a player. If they give him any kind of decent defense, we've seen him even against the Ravens last year. 2 games, 9 touchdowns against the Ravens. Now,
he ain't win. 2 of the wasted games of all time.
I mean, but he had 9 touchdowns against that Ravens defense. That's how good he is. But he wasn't able to get there. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. We'll continue that conversation next with you. We'll try to get in as many people as possible. So if you want to chime in, please do so. It is the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay
America.
That's right. It's a tough scene in Kansas City, starting off 0-2 for the first time in the Mahomes era. They've lost 3 straight games for the first time in the Mahomes era. And here's the other issue. The Chiefs, again, first time starting 0-2 since 2014. As a franchise, not just Andy Reid, not just Patrick Mahomes, not just Travis Kelce, they have missed the postseason each of the last 6 times they've started the season 0-2. And if that wasn't bad enough, across the NFL, teams that start out 0-2 only make the playoffs 12% of the time.
Kelvin, I got news for you.
What's that?
The percentages could say 12%.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying 0%. The Chiefs will not, N-O-T, make the playoffs. I have been talking about them for 2 years now, and the lucky rabbit's foot. Well, I've been chronicling this, all the demise of what's going on, and Patrick Mahomes and the numbers. I made the mistake last year and said that Patrick Mahomes had turned into Daniel Jones. I'm wrong. He's worse than Daniel Jones. Are you kidding me? Have you seen the numbers for Patrick Mahomes? Not good. Not even not good. How about terrible? How about awful? I'll give you the numbers. Passer rating, 82. 26th in the National Football League. Not even completing 60% of his passes. 58.8. 28th in the NFL. Yards per pass, 21st at 6.5. Dink and dunk, dink and dunk. Enough. Dinking is good and dunking with donuts, but not football so much.
Did you say Shaq can dunk, but you don't want to be dunking?
Yards per game, 222.5. 7 tied for 17th, and 2 touchdowns, 1 pick in 2 games so far. So the numbers are not good. Travis Kelce's retired, and on any other day, he might as well retire because once he started talking about it, you're basically retired as a player, and you saw the bad play, and it turned into an interception, but he's just a non-factor. I mean, it's unbelievable how much of a non-factor he is. You could talk about waiting for receivers to come back and keep hoping and wishing, and before it was Patrick Mahomes, they have the most drops, and they had this, and they had that. That people have kept making excuses instead of looking at what the numbers are. And the numbers aren't good. I'm not surprised. I'm really not. But it finally caught up to him. All that good luck. I told you last year, they weren't going to win a Super Bowl. They were way too lucky. Teams would blow up and make bad plays to help them win. The kicker would hit the upright or miss an easy field goal or whatever it was. It was all these things that happened. And now here they are 2 games in. And the games that they normally win, no matter what, they haven't been able to win. So I'm not surprised. I know the math math says 12% of teams that start 0-2 don't make the playoffs. Right? I'm saying just 0. I just do not see them making the playoffs. And I know there's 15 games to go and a lot of football to play. I'm looking at this team, and I don't see it.
This is where I don't understand you sometimes. I love you like a play cousin, but I don't get it. They're 0-2, and each game, especially yesterday, they lose by 3 to the reigning champs. And you just mentioned, Travis Kelce catches that touchdown pass. It's a different game. He does it. Now,
we can do that all day.
I'm with you.
I'll let you talk.
All right,
that mindset we can do all day.
We can. So let me do it. So Travis Kelce catches that touchdown. We might be having a completely different conversation. And similar to the Chargers, they're right in that thing a drive away from winning it. So they got to win those games, and they have historically the last year or two won those games. It's your birthday. Fox Sports Radio, it's the Uncle Rob Parker. Joe Washington on a Magic City Monday. Hopefully your weekend was great. This Monday's been good to you as well. TJ Houshmandzadeh on the way, former Pro Bowl wide receiver, co-host of Up on Game. I'm sure he'll be coaching up some high schoolers when we talk to him. He loves the game of football. And be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel. Rob and I keep telling you about it. It's awesome, man. Shout out to everybody watching right now. We simulcast the show, so you can be watching us as you're hearing us. Go to youtube.com/@OddCoupleFSR. Or if you're already in YouTube, a lot of people get up, wake up, they go to YouTube. Just search Odd Couple FSR and be sure to subscribe. Be sure to thumbs up, like it, follow us, pass it on to somebody else. We appreciate it. Make sure you comment as well. Rob G, you never know when he'll read some of the comments. Let us know which one of us has the better takes. You already know who it is. You know, it's your boy. Go check out our brand new channel on YouTube and watch us live right now. Just search Odd Couple FSR.
You must be blind.
Subscribe.
You read the comments?
Do you want Rob to read some more comments?
I'm just saying. What comments are you reading?
Rob G, go ahead and read some more.
No, go ahead. Rob, do you got comments?
And let's see the phone, too. Let's see the phone calls. Let's see if they with your boy. Go ahead. What are they talking about? Search for the one you want.
I don't have to search. I just go to the best callers. Rob G, sometimes, I'm trying to make sure he screens them right.
Okay, that's what it is.
No, I got it. You want to hear some YouTube comments, Rob?
Yes, go ahead.
They're not all bad for you. Here we go. Here's one.
They're not all bad. Okay. Is that,
Kev, they lost. I don't want to hear it. Rob's right on the money.
See? There you go.
There you go. There's one.
Who was that, Sean?
No, that's Courtney Miller on YouTube.
Oh, I thought it was Sean.
That's all. Kelvin is always like that. He thinks there's like only two people.
I don't think what do you mean?
And it's the same people.
I don't say anything.
I'm just saying that there's just too many comments on there for me to just think.
And let me just say this: our YouTube channel, which Alex was calling it the Odd Mob, which is kind of cool.
Oh,
I like that one.
Good call, Alex.
It's really devolved into a Reddit page because now it is just guys arguing back and forth about something totally unrelated to what we're talking about.
Because somebody will bring up something we said 5 days ago.
Rob mentioned a Tom Brady reference with Henry McKenna about an hour ago.
About him cheating.
And these guys have been going at it ever since then.
But they wasn't
talking
cheating.
about
When
Tom
they
Brady.
cheated, you should have cheated better. They should have never cheated. Yeah, that. All right, guys. Odd Mob, don't be like that. All right.
All right, OC in Inglewood. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Pick a city, Orange County or Inglewood. Where you at?
First time caller, long time listener. It's a great show.
Thank you, buddy. OC, man, that's very nice. We appreciate that on a Magic City Monday.
I love the program. I need to call it a Trash Talker Tuesday, but to answer your question, I'm going to say no. I like Joe Burrow, but I really just can't stand players that are always injured, like AD, Bo Jackson, Joel Embiid, because I would hate to be a fan of the Clippers and always go to a game and a player is just constantly out because he hurt. So I don't know how they're just unreliable. I get it. Basketball, football, they're tough sports, but come on, man. I mean, dang, man. I don't really know what to say.
OC, man, Bo Jackson sitting at home doing some archery, catching strays. He loves.
The man never played a whole season and stayed hurt when the time he needs the most. I don't know how am I supposed to, support somebody that. I mean, I know everybody's DNA is different, but they injured all the time. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, OC. I appreciate it. Bo Jackson. He said the only time he was reliable was on Tecmo Bowl.
Thank you, buddy. All right, Philip in Oklahoma. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Philip?
Good evening, gentlemen.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing great, man.
Doing great.
Kelvin, doing all right?
Doing great, brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
I was just curious, Rob, why you think, I don't know if the Chiefs or Mahomes can't get back. I don't agree with that. I was just curious of your take on it.
I just have seen his play diminish. The team, Kelsey was a big part of that, not be the same.
He ain't the same.
I mean, there's just a lot of things you start to look at, and they're not going to keep adding to it. People who won those Super Bowls and all that start to disappear and start not to play. So
time for a coach change?
Well, I mean, they're not going to do anything with Andy Reid. He might eat himself out of the league, but I don't think they'll make a move. I'm just saying. I mean, isn't that a Denny's menu he's holding on the sidelines?
Don't do the big red like that.
I'm just saying. That's
you done said that man had his victory meal already ready.
I'm sorry, Philip. I'm sorry about that. All right.
That's all right, man. I was just curious.
Yeah.
I don't think they're done.
Philip, don't worry about it. We know they're not done, Philip. Don't worry about it.
Yes, okay. Just like I told him, the Lions are done.
Well, we'll talk about that next hour. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Andre in Massachusetts, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. That's the only mulligan they're going to get is the Bears. Go ahead, Andre. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing? Happy Monday. Thanks for taking the call. I don't see Joe Burrow breaking through again and making it to a Super Bowl. It's just two factors that I can't see him overcoming. First of all, the institutional dysfunction with the Cincinnati Bengals, last team in the NFL to have an indoor practice facility. It's been this way.
Well, they got to this, but Dre, here's an issue I have. He actually went to a Super Bowl coming off an injury where he got hurt his rookie year, only playing 6 games, right? So he came off an injury, got healthy, and went to a Super Bowl. And yes, the Bengals, right? They're cheap. I get it. The Brown, the Brown family or whatever. I get all that. But this is what I'm saying is he was able to overcome before they started winning and get there, Dre. They had lost 7 straight playoff games. He's a difference maker. You just got to get that guy healthy. And that's what I'm saying. If you get him healthy, you do have a chance. You do.
Well, I appreciate the call, Dre.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dre.
No, to your point, Rob, even with a healthy Joe Burrow, everybody knows they have they have a paper-thin defense. So he's going to have to go
but
out
it's
there
not going to be forever. Come on, Dre. What, do you think they're not going to make some changes or add some players? They might draft a player who turns it into be a difference maker. It's not going to be the same defense the entire time.
Man, that window's closed.
Even the Lions went to the playoffs and won a playoff game officially, finally, after 50 years or whatever it was.
I think that window's closed, man. That conference is too much.
Thanks,
too many
Dre.
great quarterbacks. Appreciate it, Dre. I think it's just
He's
too much.
great.
No doubt.
He's great.
As long as
Stop
he's
saying that
upright.
conference has great quarterback. He's great.
He's in that mix. Talent, not that team, though. TJ Houshmandzadeh on the way. We can ask him about it. He knows a little something about the Bengals. He was a former Pro Bowl receiver when he was there. Also, coast up on game. We'll get there in a minute. Right now, Steve DeSager is going to tell us what's trending. Hey, Steve.
Guys, we got 2 NFL games tonight coming up at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Las Vegas hosts the Chargers. Right now it's halftime in Houston. Bucks ahead of the Texans 14-10. Houston star receiver Nico Collins with just 1 catch in the first half. It was an early 29-yard TD from C.J. Stroud. Stroud is 8 of 13, 131 yards. He has a 19-yard run as well. On the ground for Tampa Bay, Bucky Irving, 7 carries, 41 yards in the first half. Baker Mayfield with 2 touchdown passes, 1 to Emeka Ibuka. Baker Mayfield is 13 of 18 for 109 yards, 14-10 Bucks leading at halftime. Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow will have toe surgery and could miss at least 3 months. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy could miss 2 to 4 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Running back for Minnesota, Aaron Jones is likely out with a hamstring injury, and center Ryan Kelly is in concussion protocol. Quarterback Jaden Daniels of Washington is day-to-day with a sprained knee. Officially, running back Austin Eckler goes on IR. Quarterback for the Jets, Justin Fields, is in concussion protocol. On to Major League Baseball with 2 weeks left in the regular season. Houston out to a 2-0 lead on Texas in the bottom of the first inning. The idle Seattle Mariners have won 9 in a row. They are first in the AL West, 1 game over Houston. Texas is 3 back. The Reds lead 3-1 after 3 innings at St. Louis. The Reds are 2.5 out of the last NL wildcard spot. The Giants come up in an hour at Arizona. Giants a game and a half out of the last NL wildcard behind the Mets. Arizona only 2 back. Yankees scoreless at the Twins in the bottom of the third. Blue Jays getting shut out early, 1-0 Rays over Toronto in the bottom of the fourth. The Blue Jays are the first place team in the AL East, 4 games up on the Yankees. Also in progress, it's the Cubs leading 4-0 at Pittsburgh in the top of the 7th inning. The idle Brewers are first in the NL Central, 5.5 games over the Cubs. Cubs are playing a Pittsburgh team that has lost 8 of 9. WNBA playoffs continue on Tuesday, and Hall of Fame goalie Eddie Giacomin died at the age of 86. Back to you.
All right, Steve, thank you. It is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday.
The WNBA got playoffs going on?
Why don't you know, Rob? Because you what?
I never missed the WNBA playoffs.
They were going at it. Brianna Stewart was
Sexist.
balling. Yeah.
Alex, don't play that.
Sexist.
Don't play that. I'm not
you missed
sexist.
some good action over the weekend. Yeah, the Liberty were getting busy. All right, last we mentioned.
You really had nothing to do. The girls wanted you to see it? I mean, come on. Your daughters didn't even want to see
No,
that.
man, you know I love hoop. I peeked in.
You didn't peek in. What
Fisher
game
Collier
did you
was
watch,
balling. I
please?
just told you the Liberty was a good one. All right, TJ Houshmandzadeh, former Pro Bowl wide receiver, co-host. Hey, why would you do this? You know Jeezy was in Detroit last week and I missed it. Co-host of Up on Game on Fox Sports Radio.
We got a theme. We got music now. All right.
Hey, Hoosh 84 X.
Hoosh, I love it.
What's up, man?
What's going on, fellas?
We're going good, man. Where you want to start, Rob? There's so much we could jump into.
Chiefs. I got the Chiefs. I'm not surprised, TJ. I've been on this bandwagon for the last couple of years. Just the way that they've played, how lucky they've been. Even last year, a lot of games went their way. Now, all of a sudden, they're 0-2 in games that they usually win. One-score games. They're now 0-2. What's your forecast for the Chiefs?
They've been lucky the last 2 years. You know what they say what luck is? When preparation meets
I don't want to hear
opportunity,
that.
that's luck, right?
No, it's not.
Now, hey, Rob.
TJ, can you stop a kicker?
Rob.
The Raiders mishandled a snap. That ain't preparation. The kicker for the Chargers missed the easy field goal. That ain't preparation.
Hey, luck favors the guys that are prepared. Now listen, I picked the Chargers to win the division this year.
But I got the Chiefs not making the playoffs. That's where I'm at.
I don't know if I would go that far, but they've been on a downward spiral offensively for the last couple of years, and the defense has just picked them up. And now that the defense cannot pick them up as much as they need, it's even worse. Like they can't move the ball effectively. People are playing the Chiefs like the way they play the Chiefs defensively. You wouldn't think they would, not with Patrick Mahomes as a quarterback, but they won a division 9 years in a row. Jim Harbaugh is a great coach. In his second year, what did he do with the Niners? So right now, I have the Chargers and the Green Bay Packers going to the Super Bowl. I said this before the season started. Let's see if that holds true.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on. I believe they can still make it. 10-7 got the Bucks and also got the Broncos in there. I think the Chiefs can do that. I just think that once they get their receivers back, as you know,
maybe they'll lose
receiver,
9 in a row, and it'll be great for NFL America. That's what I'm hoping.
9 in a row. Stop it. All right, let's go to a team you're familiar with, the Bengals. We were just talking about them before we got on with you. Bad news with Joe Burrow. Could be out minimum 3 months, could be longer. At some point, you wonder if they'll just pull the plug on the whole season. Between his health, the defense being, just call it E-fence because it ain't no D. What do you make of this Bengals team right now? And is the next year, because all the money is on the offensive side, I worry that this could be a situation where Joe Burrow got to the Super Bowl early and may never get to, and I'll tell you why. Because of a team like the Chargers you pick Justin Herbert. You still got Mahomes. You got Lamar Jackson. You got Josh Allen. You got C.J. Stroud. That conference is crazy with quarterbacks.
It's disappointing, man. Like, it's I root for the Bengals. And to start the season 2-0 when the last few years we can't even get the first 2 weeks of the season, we don't even know what a win feels like.
Right.
And so to be 2-0 and offense didn't play well week one. Defense held us down. Defense couldn't really get a stop against the Jags. If Trevor Lawrence doesn't throw the ball to us in the end zone and Diami Brown drops a touchdown that's right in his hands, it's a different story. But Trey Hendrickson made a play when it mattered at the end of the game to seal that for us. But having Joe, pretty much he's out for the season, man. It's a heartbreaker. This is Joe Burrow's 6th season, and this is the 3rd season. He's pretty much going to miss the entirety of the season, more than half of the games. You tear your knee, you had a wrist injury, and now this. And so it's really nothing you can do. Joe's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but at some point you got to wonder, can he stay healthy consistently enough to lead us where we need to go?
No doubt. I want to ask you about Russell Wilson. Rex Ryan said on ESPN that he was finished. He couldn't play anymore. He only had like 450 yards. He still throws the deep ball. What did you make of Russ's performance? And despite all that, the Giants still couldn't win the game. I mean, that's a bad loss to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and he
if
scored
I told you those numbers, you said we won that.
Yeah, he scored a touchdown right for them, TJ, with 25 seconds to go. You got to win that game, don't you?
Russell Wilson played a fantastic football game. He made a bonehead decision at the end when he threw that pick, but I felt like he was just throwing the ball down the field, and he was like, hey, one of these guys is going to make a play. For all the people that say receivers don't matter, boy, they better go watch that game and look at what Malik Neighbors was doing and the type of plays that he was making. But the play that really bothered me was after they take the lead in the fourth quarter, and they played a soft Tampa 2 defense, and they let Dak complete it to the tight end, and that put him in field goal range because of Brandon Aubrey. Anything within 60 is a field goal range.
But I don't know, TJ, you got to help me out. This happens every week with no time. Like, it happens like 10 seconds, 15, 20. It doesn't matter what it is.
You know what
teams allow teams to get in field goal range.
That reminded me of when the Buffalo Bills
the
did
Chiefs.
that with Tyreek Hill against the Kansas City Heat. See, without Tyreek Hill, they don't play that way. And so, but that's what that reminded me of. It's like you guys game plan, and Dable's an old school coach. Man, them Johns coaches, they in the office today. They getting out the office at 1 a.m. Y'all game planning all damn day. Y'all in the office till 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And this what y'all do when the game is on the line? What you do? What is going on?
All that is you know what? Like a badge of honor. Oh, we slept in the coach's room. We did
that
this.
Ain't a badge of honor.
That's what they brag. No, that's what they brag about. Is about how many hours
sleep. We get 2 hours, maybe
you know what
3
I mean?
hours.
Oh, I'm sleeping in my office and all that, and you still turn in that stuff, right?
Hey, get in an argument with your wife and she bring that up. Oh, you sleeping here and these are calls you making?
Exactly. That's what I would say as well.
TJ Houshmandzadeh, our guest, former Pro Bowl wide receiver, of course, co-host of Up on Game on Fox Sports Radio as well. When I want to go to this one. He and I will talk a little further about it as well. But the Lions bounce back in the critical. You know, you don't want to start a season 0-2, especially losing 2 in the division. They don't. They win. They put up a 50-piece. What'd you make of that performance?
Man, the Lions, they was ready for Ben Johnson to come on back to Detroit. They were ready for that. It's just really crazy that Caleb Williams, like, at the start of the game, first 2 games, he lights out. Like, Ben Johnson and him can really script some plays to start a game, and then they just completely crumble. The Detroit Lions, to me, needed that because after week 1, I was like, whoa, they really missed Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. Like, what are they going to do? And they answered the bell. Now, I don't know defensively last year, the Chicago Bears were pretty good on defense last year. They're atrocious defensively this year thus far. 51 points?
That's what I see.
And the Detroit Lions team that struggled mightily in week 1. And Dennis Allen's defense gives up 51 points. You're a man-to-man defensive coordinator. When Jalen Johnson is hurt or he's not playing, you can't play your scheme. You got to do what your players do best, not what you want to do. And so I thought the Lions played well. Way to show up. Amon-Ra did his thing. Jamison Williams. Way before the draft, they asked me to name a sleeper receiver. I said, I'm not going to name somebody I train. I'm going to name Isaac Teslaw, and he out there balling, making one-hand touchdown catches. Nobody had never heard of him, and I shouted him out and look at him now.
Yeah, but those catches are with those sticky gloves. TJ.
You know how many guys are wearing them gloves?
I don't care. TJ. I don't care.
Telling them that.
Those are all fraudulent catches. You hear me?
Hey, Rob,
I don't count any of them, TJ. Zero. They don't do anything for me. They don't. Even OBJ. No.
Everybody's wearing them. Everybody ain't making one-hand catches.
They're sticky gloves. It's like eating sticky wings in Times Square.
TJ, he's not going to let this go. I keep telling him everybody's doing it. Everybody ain't making these spectacular catches. He is not going to let it go.
TJ, you know that. You play football. They didn't let you use sticky gloves.
He did have sticky gloves.
Watch. No, he didn't. And TJ, you remember, go look at the Sports Illustrated. They went out and played with high school kids, and they had them try to catch the football with no gloves. They gave them those sticky gloves, and those high school kids caught every single ball that went their way. TJ, you know it makes a difference, doesn't it?
When you have gloves that have a little stickiness to them, it makes a difference.
Okay.
But this is the thing, though. We're not seeing one-hand catches by everybody. And
I'm
that's
just
why
saying,
when a player makes that play, You got to get that player. At least I do. I'm giving him the credit because we're not seeing that every week. Like the D-Hops, when he does it, that's expected. That's what he does.
That's what he's made a career of.
I don't know. So, I'm not that worked up and feel that good about.
You know how many receivers are in the league, Rob? 32 teams.
Every time I see it, and TJ,
10 receivers
all
each
you
team.
need to know is we watched, what was it, one weekend of college football, and they had 4 of the greatest catches we ever saw in the same weekend. What does that tell you, TJ?
Hey, Rob, I came into the league, man. Tim Browning it out, just tape on the fingers, man. And then I went to play in Pittsburgh. It got real cold. I put them gloves on. I never went back to the tape on the fingers again.
I bet you didn't. Hey, last thing I want to ask you about the Ravens are averaging, 40.5 points a game, and they look like they could take the foot off the gas whenever they want. What do you make of their offense? And it looks like they're not even trying really hard. I don't know.
I tried. What I tell you last week, you was on John Harbaugh's head. I told you. I said, pause, Rob. They gonna be all right. And Grant Delpit got him a little excited, talking about they just the Ravens and he gonna do this and he gonna do that, and they put him in his place. It's a big game coming up. I believe they play the Detroit Lions this Sunday, and the Baltimore Ravens and John Harbaugh normally destroy the NFC.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They've only lost one game, right?
It's insane.
And so I'm eager to see now, defensively, can they shut a Detroit offense down that just went to work that we just spoke about against the Chicago Bears? And offensively, are they going to be able to go up and down the field? But Lamar Jackson, man, he's the best quarterback in the league.
No doubt.
He the best. He can run. Him and Josh Allen, you take who you want. You can't go wrong with either one. But, man, Lamar, this dude, the last 2 seasons, man, his development as a passer, you got to give that young man so much credit because all he did was go in the lab, work, and get better and better and better. And, dude, this dude is playing football, the quarterback position, probably better than we've ever seen a quarterback do it, at least in my eyes,
you know
running
what?
and throwing.
He just passed Aaron Rodgers for the best passer rating for a quarterback in the history of the National Football League. He just passed Aaron Rodgers already.
And guess what? He's an all-time leading rusher for quarterbacks also. So when a running quarterback really can't throw the ball? That's what they say. And he's doing both at a high level, the highest of levels.
TJ, we got to go. But, yeah, appreciate you as always. He's the best player in the NFL the last 2-3 years. I've been saying it. Rob has been saying it as well. It is the Odd Couple. Thank you, TJ. Appreciate it, man. We'll do it again next week. All right.
Y'all keep up the great work, fellas.
No doubt. There was a great boxing match that everybody enjoyed. Good fight over the weekend. But maybe putting too much sauce on the winner? Is that true? We'll tell you next. It's the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, Fox Sports Radio.
Give me the money shot. Trevor Lawrence, of course, Jacksonville blew the lead because that's what they do. They lose late to Cincinnati, and Trevor Lawrence. So what is your reaction? What is your reaction to the Jaguars' Trevor Lawrence dismissively waving off his head coach, Liam Cohn, on the sidelines? All right, so this is not nothing. The only reason this clown Liam Cohn, Duval County, the only reason this guy has a job is to fix Trevor Lawrence. Like, he is there not to coach the entire roster. He is there because he's like the next in the lineage of nerds. Liam Cohn is like the new hot nerd. He's the centerfold nerd, right? And so you've got the hottest nerd around, Liam Cohn. You know, he was with the Rams, the McVay tree, and then he had a falling out, and then he went to college, and then he went to Tampa, and then he had success with Baker Mayfield. So he's like the sexiest nerd around, and he was hired to fix Trevor Lawrence. So here they are. It's the second game of the season, and they are at loggerheads. They are at loggerheads on the sidelines. That is not just heat of the moment All right, that's not like heat of the moment stuff and all that stuff. That is body language divorce court is what that is, right? The quarterback just told his brand new head coach that was hired for him, get lost, pal. Get lost, you dope. Get out of here. It's bad. That's bad. All right? That was with the lead. They had the lead at that time. All right? You got Trevor Lawrence, who's cantankerous. When he's ahead in a game, what's going to happen when they play Kansas City in a couple weeks or whatever? They're down by 2 scores. How's that going to go? The sideline is going to look like Jerry Springer back in the day, and I'm all there for it. I'm there for it. It's contentious. And you would see, or you could see, Liam Cohen, the coach there, pounding his chest like a gorilla, and keep it low, Trevor, like that. And then Lawrence basically said, shut up, you meatball hero. You nerd meatball sandwich, get out of here, you loser. And then every time there's a sideline brouhaha, people bring up, well, Tom Brady got into it with Josh McDaniels. He got into it with Bill Belichick. And that's true. That is absolutely true. But that did not start happening until Brady had established himself as good. He wasn't doing that when people thought he sucked, which was the first few years of his career. They thought he was a fraud and was not legit. And then after a certain period of time, people were like, well, Tom Brady's legit, the real deal, all that stuff. So you don't do that. Lawrence stinks. Does anyone think he's good? I don't think his family thinks he's good. He's terrible. Right? He's highly overrated. He got the big contract because Jacksonville's got low self-esteem. The franchise is a joke. They paid the guy without earning the contract because they were afraid. They had, oh, my God, we're going to lose him, fear of missing out, FOMO. And so they paid him. All right? But if the quarterback is not there with the coach and is not good, so Lawrence is not good and he's not there, doesn't respect the coach, keep an eye on this. This is a tinderbox situation.
Fox Sports Radio, I couple Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on the Magic City Monday. Business fluctuations make running your manufacturing business complex, but staffing your business doesn't have to be. So you got to let Express Employment Professionals provide the workforce you need. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you. That is expresspros.com. And now it is time for the Express Pro of the Week. The Pro of the Week goes to boxer Terence "Bud" Crawford. He jumped up 2 weight classes and beat Canelo Alvarez to become the first undisputed champ in 3 weight classes during the 4-belt era. So, again, congrats to Terence Crawford for being our Express Pro of the Week. Rob, got to enjoy the fight. Really, really good fight. I won't say it was great. It was really, really good.
What made it not great to you?
Maybe he wanted a little bit more action. You could argue that. I could, a little more, maybe even a more compelling storyline to make it like something great and iconic,
Okay.
But it was really good. High class, high quality boxers using their brains. What's working for me now? So I really enjoyed it. You got enough action that make you, got you kind of wet your whistle, if you will. So I enjoyed it. And I think Bud Crawford, for a lot of people who don't know him or kind of knew the name but never really saw him.
A lot of people I know, they all were on Crawford. Like, they all told me, oh, no, Crawford, my guy Sean at the Vons that I go to, he was just like, no, this is going to be his moment, his chance.
And that's what it was for him, because a lot of people knew the name, maybe saw a fight or two, but he just hasn't been blockbuster. But if you knew, you knew. You're like, yo, I'm telling you. And I was telling Rob G, I remember watching him fight for the first time, and I'm like, yo, this dude is incredible. And I kept thinking, where's the flaw? He's got power. He's got smart. He's got defense. He can tussle with you. If he can, play the little back out and, move around if he needed to. And he showcased that. I mean, nobody's ever made outside of Floyd, Canelo, look, I won't say pedestrian, that's disrespectful, but just was kind of running around and handling Canelo. Nobody's done that except Floyd. And so it was great to see him. He's arguably the most complete boxer I've ever seen, where, like, I don't know the flaw. Some people, man, they had really good, but they don't have a good chin. Some people, oh, man, he's just a hard-hitter fighter, but he didn't have the technical skills. Man, Bud Crawford for years has been maybe the most complete boxer we've ever seen. And it was great to see. And shout out to Canelo for taking this fight, because Canelo he knew what he was getting up against. And he could have been like, nah, at this point, I've been the money man. I've been the guy for, a decade now. I'm straight. This could be. But I love that Canelo took this opportunity because he didn't lose anything. Let me go fool you. Is this thing on? So what? Canelo lost. He lost to a great, one of the best fighters of all time. And it was a good fight. And we might get another one. That's the sport. God forbid you get into a good fight and you lose and you bounce back.
But here's my issue. I think people are always a prisoner of the moment. And now where Crawford wasn't in the greatest fighter of all time category, now he is. Like, you have to be in that conversation before you get to the fight, that now people want to proclaim you as the best. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it's not just about being undefeated or whatever. Muhammad Ali lost fights and people thought he was the greatest, you know what I mean, despite having L's on his record. So it's not just about being undefeated, but I don't remember this conversation at all with Crawford prior to this. Do you look at it like this?
It was a.
Do you look at him like that? Now he's the greatest ever?
It was a insiders. People thought that.
But I'm talking about the
average person. I agree, the average person. But I think what helps him is the way he dismantled Errol Spence. I mean, it was a beating. I don't know if Errol's ever going to be right again. I'm not even being funny. And then the way he goes up, 2-3 weight classes, and he gets in there with Canelo, he's smiling half the time. Like, this is easy work. This the guy y'all thought was going to body me up? And they kept saying, who's the bigger, stronger? I'm like, I don't know who the bigger, stronger guy, because he was taking Canelo's punches, normally put people out. He was taking it like it was nothing. So he absolutely has put himself in that conversation for the greatest of his generation. We'll never get a greatest of all, because Floyd, is it Muhammad Ali, is it Sugar Ray Robinson? Some people might like Sugar Ray Leonard. We'll never get that. He absolutely made a statement case for the best of his generation the last, 15, 20, like when Floyd kind of was running down. You got to run it back. Too much money, too competitive. They're absolutely going to run this back. It makes no sense why they wouldn't run it back. Best fight we've had in quite some time with two great champs. You run it back. Bud put the beat down, though.
It's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations. That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham! We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all, so I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank
I
you.
love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable. He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Two NFL games tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Las Vegas will host the Chargers. Raiders star tight end Brock Bowers, who had a bad knee, is active. He returned to limited practice on Saturday. At Houston, the Bucs lead the Texans 14-10 late in the third quarter. The Texans scored a touchdown on their first drive. The offense has done very little since. Nico Collins with just 2 catches, including the early 29-yard touchdown. Baker Mayfield of the Bucs, 2 TD passes. He's 16 of 24, 143 yards. yards. Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow will have toe surgery and could miss at least 3 months. His turf toe injury is severe, grade 3, a ligament tear. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy could miss 2 to 4 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Running back for Minnesota, Aaron Jones, is likely out with a hamstring injury. In baseball, Astros lead the Rangers 2-0 in the top of the fourth. Reds up 3-1 at St. Louis, top of the sixth inning. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 3 of the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. Kelvin Washington, fast, right? Wait till the next 4 hours.
Rob.
No, I mean, it's going to go by fast,
yeah,
too,
I got you.
is what I was saying.
Yep.
If you missed any of...
I was wrong.
We got it.
Any of today's show. Alex, what?
That's crazy.
You want to catch the podcast, just search Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. Right after the show, today's show will be posted. Be sure to follow, rate at 5 stars, and you can even provide a review. Again, just search Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast, and you'll find today's full show or best of version posted right after we get off the air. Odd Couple's also sponsored by Aleve. Achy knees, stiff back, joints not cooperating. Some days your body's just like, nope.
It'd be like that.
And on those days, luckily, there's Aleve. Just one pill. Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief so that you can keep moving. That's right. Use as directed. Don't forget, we'll also have Last Call. And we got a very special last segment of the show. We kind of mentioned it earlier, but the Golden Girls turned 40 years old yesterday was when they premiered on NBC.
Wow.
And they did, it was the Emmys last night, and they did a great tribute. We'll play if you didn't see the Emmys.
It was a lot of
not
contra, but people had mixed opinions about it. I kind of was shocked.
Well, I mean, they did their own version of it. I liked it.
Maybe that's what it is. That people were like, yo, if
it was Reba and 2 other singers.
Yeah, Reba McEntire and a couple
I
other
thought
people.
they did a nice job.
Yeah, we'll
you know what I mean?
Maybe, you know that
they're not singing the original. You know, like they got to add their own thing.
People, that's what people
just
want. I want the original.
How? They didn't make the original.
You and I should have did it. Because that would be unique. They'd never expect 2 brothers to be doing Golden Girls like that.
Well, that one brother on all over the internet, that the first one, that chubby guy.
Oh, yeah, he killed that.
With the hair, hair wig or whatever he had on.
Yeah, he killed that.
Yeah, everybody copied off of him. Exactly.
Yeah, he killed that.
That's the one.
The big eyes. That was actually
That was really good.
No, he killed that. All right, man. We got to get into, of course, some of the games that happened last week. Yesterday, including the Lions putting it on the Bears. That's right. And you know what time it is, Rob. Because the Lions did it for the first time. You know what it is. The Lions won again.
How did they win again? They lost their last 2 games coming into this.
Because the Lions won again. And the Lions, the worry was the offense.
Is this a Detroit radio show? What is this?
This is called Facts. All facts with a cover sheet. Now, many of you, not just my partner who's sitting next to me, was talking smack, was talking smoke, worried that the Lions offense wasn't all that. And I understand. But like I told y'all week 1, to me, I looked at a lot of that as the Packers. How good the Packers would be. Then we see what they did to the Commanders. That defense, the Packers could be the best in the league. They could be one of the absolute best teams in the entire NFL. So Ben Johnson comes in. Everybody's worried. Man, he knows all. He knows what they do. He knows. Well, they know what Ben Johnson did. And that's what I said on Friday. They also know what Ben Johnson is good at and what he does best. And after that first drive for the Bears, it was pretty much a wrap after that. They were able to do whatever they wanted. Jared Goff was spreading the ball all around. They, most importantly, for believe it or not, for them, they were able to get the running game going again because that was something they needed to get. They got 94 yards from Gibbs. They got 57 from Montgomery. That's what they need. That's what they do because from that comes everything else, the play action, the deep passes, and we're able to become an explosive offense again. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 3 touchdowns, $115 for him. More importantly to me, they got the mojo back. And that's a tough place to play now, believe it or not. I know when you were there, I was there. It was not a tough place to play. Ford Field's a tough place to go in there and win. And to me, I said it again, they're still going to have a game or two where you wonder where the offense is, where they struggle here and there, because it's a tough season. The NFL's tough, and they got a heck of a schedule ahead. But what I was saying, and one of the things that you can hang your hat on was, dude, they've got incredible talent. One of the most talented offensive rosters in the entire NFL. And they're all young, and they're all fast, they're all athletic, they're all hungry, and that's something to me that they could lean on and have that. So they righted the ship. Obviously, the Bears, to me, I come out of that game, way more conversation, the other team, the Bears, and we'll get to that. That's where my concern lies. That's where my question lies. With Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams in that offense, that defense that is not good, giving up, I think, 30-something points a game, right now, that's more my concern, more than the Lions. I expected the Lions to bounce back in their offense, not 52, but to bounce back and look good and be strong. So to me, conversation to me can move towards the Bears and the concern is there that I have with Caleb and Ben Johnson and that dynamic and that relationship. The Lions did what they were supposed to do, what I expected them to do, and bounce back.
Okay, what's the next topic? What do you got?
The Bears, for me.
Okay.
You ain't got nothing to say about the Lions?
They've destroyed them. What is there to say about a 52-21 lead? They came out, they did what they had to do, which was you don't want to go 0-2, and they didn't. They won at home.
You just said that then.
That's what I said.
Yeah. But you had them losing. Why you have them losing?
I had them losing. The same way you pick football games all the time.
But why did the Bears, though?
What?
Why did you see the Bears?
Because I could see them. I've covered the Lions for a long time.
You did?
And just like they shouldn't have lost, they were 9.5-point favorites in the playoff game
to
Washington. No, because they lost. No, but they lost that game to a rookie quarterback at home when they were 15-2 in the season. So
but that quarterback
it
good.
wasn't. But that's not why they lost. Your quarterback had 4 turnovers, and that's my point. Just like he could have had 4 turnovers and you lost, and the Lions could have lost yesterday. Well, I mean, it could happen. That's why you pick teams and you look at games. Obviously, if you're just going to pick the favorite, the Lions were 6-point favorites. If we could sit here every day and pick every favorite, and guess what? Your record won't be good if you picked every favorite with the spread.
Imagine, but that's me. They weren't coming in Ford Field with that, coming off a loss, the energy in that building, Caleb Williams looking rattled, Ben Johnson forgetting. That's my other side of the conversation. Ben Johnson is forgetting that he is a head coach, not just an offensive coordinator. And it seems like all of his focus, all of his attention, when they show him after a bad pass or this or that, it seems like all his attention is on Caleb Williams like a project, like what I got to do. And I get that. He's your quarterback. You need him to succeed in order to have success for the whole team. But I watched that game, and I'd say the defense isn't great. The Bears usually, if there's nothing else, we can maybe hang our hat on that. They can't run the ball. And if you can't run the ball and you have to be one-dimensional with a guy who's just under his first go at it with you, Ben Johnson, then to me, you become predictable and people can tee off. And they keep scripting these first quarters. First drives look good. They get points. But what can you do when it's not scripted? What can you do when you're off script? What can you do when teams have adjusted? They made some counters. Can you counter? And right now, I don't know what's going on, but Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams are struggling right now. They're not being able to do anything where they have to alter what they're doing. And again, I think also the defense, he has, and he said it after week 1, I got to run the ball more. I got to be more, mix it up a little bit more. Ben Johnson said that. And he has to find a way to collaborate with the gifts and the talents and the strengths of Caleb Williams. And right now, it looks like Ben Johnson is saying, this is how I did it with Jared Goff. You need to be able to do it like this. And him and Caleb they're not on the same page. And I wonder how long they're going to ride this thing out, because one thing we know about general managers want their head coach. One thing about head coaches want their quarterback. And I just wonder how long they start to look at the backup, who they paid some money for, some big-time money for, Bajent. How long they look, he fits my mold. He fits what I do better. Because I can just see Ben Johnson and Caleb vinegar water. I can see that might be a problem at some point come week 8 and week 9.
Yeah, I just think it's too soon. I mean, you went and drafted a first-round quarterback, a top-pick quarterback. You got a brand-new head coach, and you're 2 games into the season, and you're talking about punting? That makes no sense. You could bring in a backup quarterback, and if your defense gives up 50 points, guess what? He's going to be losing too, and then what do you do? I just don't think that's it. You have to work through it. This is his first year with Ben Johnson. What results are you expecting? Like, I just don't even understand. Like, it's going to be a well-oiled machine and everything's going to – you got to figure it out. Nobody punted on Peyton Manning when he threw 26 interceptions or whatever it was his first game. They didn't go like, oh, my God, he won't be able to do. No, they worked through it. You got to work through it no matter what it is to figure out what's going to work best for both the coach and the player.
That's my thing is a relationship. It seems like something –
I don't know.
Johnson,
I'm not in Chicago.
No, this is all Kelvin
that's
Washington.
What I'm saying.
This ain't no spec. This is me. It seems like
I don't know
Ben
if you can
Johnson,
watch TV and say what kind of relationship somebody has.
No, I don't mean are they going out to have steak dinners. What I'm talking about is Ben Johnson. It's almost like, again, we're watching the interpersonal dialogue. He's every play, he's dissecting every play. He's looking at this. You can read it all over his face. You can tell he's just not feeling the way his quarterback is quarterbacking. And again, if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, hey, can we also design some things to my strength?
So when they scored in the first drive, did he have that look on his face too?
Actually, he did last week.
No, I'm talking about this week when they scored the first touchdown.
He was at home. He was like, "Please, Lord, let this go good. I'm back home."
No,
in Detroit.
I'm
saying no.
Oh, okay.
Week 1, he did. He was like, "That's not how it should have gone," even though they scored. We actually talked about that. Ben Johnson was you could tell he's frustrated because he's one of those. This is the system. This is how it should go and work. This is how it should look. And even when they have success, for those scientist type of guys, if it doesn't look how it should, they sometimes still have issues with that because, well, what if it doesn't? What if next time it doesn't go the way it's supposed, the way you just made that happen? This is the program. Stick with the program. And they're going to have to design some stuff more to Caleb Williams' strength. Roll him out, get him going, get him moving out there, some bootlegs to his talent. Because just sitting back there and asking him to process when teams are starting to switch it up and alter after those first drives, it seems like they're not on the same page. But that, again, it was a good bounce back for the Lions. Again, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. Come in there, make it hell to play in, Ford Field, get the offense going, start early, strike early, and then obviously make Caleb Williams have to beat you, which is asking a lot from a second-year quarterback first with his new head coach.
Despite the Bears' defense giving up 52 points, you expect Caleb Williams to be benched at some point in the season in Chicago. We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Unless you're a Lions fan of the US of A.
Jaden Daniels had a rookie season to remember, but if you ask him about it, you don't want to talk about it because according to ESPN.com, they did a long feature on him. Here's what he said about how he played last year and what he's looking forward to build off of it. Here he said, quote, "Last year was last year. I don't like people talk about it to me and ask me about it because it don't mean anything to me. I don't say I get irritated about it, but kind of just moving on to be the present, trying to focus on getting better so I can be better for this year. I got so much more that I want to accomplish. Last year was just the beginning."
I love that. I really do. That's mature. That's not like I mastered the NFL in 1 year. I'm that dog and this. No. The sophomore jinx, that ain't about one person. That's been happening forever.
That's real.
In the NFL. Forever. And you can't even have a better Exhibit A than C.J. Stroud. After his first year, you remember? They were picked for the Super Bowl the next year. Everybody was, oh, my God, C.J. Stroud, and they just added some other players, and look at that, they're loaded. Oh, my God, they took a step back last year. C.J. Stroud wasn't that good. This year, Rob G., I don't have the numbers, but I know that they didn't score a touchdown last week. Am I right?
He was running for his life.
I mean, it hasn't been the same since year one. And all Jaden Daniels is saying is, that was nice. I got work to do. I need to get better. And I'll tell you this. Look, That's all I'm saying. I didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything. MLB Bro was about to be popping today.
It is far. It is gone. Very nice. John Sterling's retired, but that was a monster.
Giancarlo.
MLB.
Parlo.
There you go. Look at that.
MLB Bro, because you need to know.
That. No, but I like the young man's approach. I mean, I do.
Jaden Daniels to me is sometimes you watch something special and you go like, all right, that looks different. And to me, looking at him and everything I've ever heard, all his old coaches, everything we heard when he was at LSU, the stuff we heard when he was at Arizona State, Herm Edwards had him for a bit there. This kid he's kind of a Kobe in that a maniacal approach. All we ever hear, all he does is football, football, football. All he cares about is football. He's just locked into football. That is his routine, and that's why he's wise enough to know last season ain't got nothing to do with this season. You can't be feeling yourself, can't be smelling yourself. You got to be locked in. And already, game one, he looked like he was locked in. And I think what makes him special, he's got a lot of – you've heard me talk about this before. He's got a lot of starts under his belt before he even got to the league. And also, he is very, very efficient, and his completion percentage is so high. Last season, I think it was 69% completion percentage. So he is scary, and he is special when he gets out of that pocket too. Somehow, as slender as he is, he doesn't take many hits. So he's just locked in.
But I will say this. I fully expect him to take a step back from that first year. I fully expect him not to. There's no way he could repeat that. And you got to remember, there are about would you say 3 games last year they had no business winning.
One was the Bears.
Right. We always talk about that. But that turned their season around where they had these 3 games where they should have lost or whatever. And I'm not taking anything away from it. I just think it's natural that there is a little step back because they were so high on C.J. Stroud that they picked him for the Super Bowl next year.
A lot of people did.
And then you heard anything about the Texans this year?
No.
0. It went from that to they're going to the Super Bowl to nothing this year.
Their issue now, here's why I don't think the C.J. Stroud. I get it. You and I have talked about it all last year. Why I don't see this happening to Jaden. C.J. Stroud is for the most part, pocket present quarterback. He has to be in the pocket. He can get out a little bit, move when he needs to. And their offensive line has been terrible last year. He was sacked a whole bunch. He was hit a whole bunch. He was running for his life. And then you look at week 1, same thing. Where Jaden Daniels is a little bit different is his ability and his escapability, his ability to run and get out and get open, and he likes to, and he's fluid as a runner, and this is what adds an element to him. And I think I look at him as somebody who can continue to be on a trajectory to actually get better. Fox Sports Radio. It is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday. Oh, hey. Be sure to check out the brand new YouTube channel. Shout out to all the YouTube folks watching right now. You can too, because we're live right now on YouTube. We are simulcasting the show. That's right. The two of us, you can see us. Go to youtube.com/@OddCoupleFSR, or if you're already within the YouTube, just search Odd Couple FSR. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. And don't stop there. Hit the thumbs up icon and comment away. Let us know which one of us has the better takes. Go check out the brand new channel on YouTube. Watch us live right now. Odd Couple FSR. All you got to do is search that. Subscribe, like, follow, share, all that good stuff. We appreciate it as well. 14-10 right now. You got the Bucks are up on the Texans. They just went for Rob.
On fourth
and
down.
goal, and didn't get it. The Texans didn't get it. Steve DeSager will get you updated here in just a little bit. 877-99 on Fox, taking some calls about the game you had yesterday between the Lions and the Bears. Some issues with Ben Johnson. Are you concerned about Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams in that relationship? Or if you'd like the way the Lions bounce back, 877-99 on Fox. Who you got? Who we got?
Nobody's talking about the Lions. It's all about Ben Johnson. How about Don and the EP? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Don?
Yo, it's not the EP. It's the UP, Calvin and Rob. You know that.
All right.
Upper Peninsula.
I didn't know what the EP was, to be honest.
I thought he was dropping a new album.
I was wondering. Of course, the UP, we know that. How you doing, Don?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Great.
I'm a Packer fan. I'm in that part of the UP.
Okay,
but
all the way
listen, what I haven't heard anybody talk about yet, and of course Detroit's offense is sensational. They're getting it figured out, right? But Ben Johnson is he's a nerd, man. He was a computer scientist before he got into coaching. That's my background. What I can tell you is we're nerds. We have the biggest egos out of anybody I've ever met. Now combine that with supercharged meathead. You know, Steve Jobs had Steve Wozniak to keep him in check.
Mm-hmm.
And now Ben Johnson don't got Big Dan Campbell to keep him in check anymore. So he thinks, this is Caleb. I can fix him. I can do whatever hasn't been done before because I'm a computer scientist. I have a better algorithm. I can prove things that haven't been done before. P equals NP, blah, blah, blah. Elon Musk, Larry Ellison, Steve Jobs. That's what it is. He's an egomaniac.
That's an interesting take from computer science person. Talk about that. That's interesting.
Thanks, Don. Appreciate it. Chili Tim in Atlanta. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Chili?
Yo. What up, Rob? What up, Kelvin?
Yo.
A couple points. First of all, let's slow our roll with the Lions because we saw on the last night that JJ, just like everything else about Michigan, the championship, the quarterback, and the coach are all fugazi, right? So let's slow our roll. So the Bears are probably just as worse as we thought they were. So the Lions, you beat up.
No, don't say that, Chili. Don't say it worse than we thought they were because everybody had the Bears being good. Stop it, Chili. Don't do that now.
No.
Don't do that now, Chili.
Wait a minute. And then second of all, I'm just saying, slow your roll. The Bears are a bad team. So, you put up 52 points against a bad team. I'm not going to get too excited about that. Let me see a little bit of competition before I see
there you go.
you right as a chip.
Unless you're a Lions fan. Go ahead.
And then second of all, if Ben Johnson, if he is doing that, then he's wrong. Because you remember Greg Roman had Alex Smith and Colin Kaepernick came along. What did he do? He said, okay, let me fit something to find this guy. He did the same thing with Lamar Jackson. I personally believe had he been the offensive coordinator when the Ravens were in the AFC Championship, Lamar Jackson probably would have a Super Bowl because Greg Roman would have known to run the ball.
Mm-hmm. You remember that. That was a terrible game plan.
Exactly. So Ben Johnson needs to take a play, do like Greg Roman. You got a guy that's a great athlete, fit the skills because it become more successful for you and you'll look better in the long run.
You know what? Chili, one of the greatest coaching performances was Pat Riley, right? When he left the Lakers and he goes to the Knicks. And he doesn't try to do Showtime. They don't have Showtime players. What do? He totally adjusted his coaching style to fit what he has. That's what coaches do. You set up the players to be in their best, right?
That's why the Ravens have been a really good organization with that. They find a player. They said, John Harbaugh on the team, we're going to run the system to you, Lamar. Not going to make you be a slash Cordell Stewart doing this stuff. No, you're going to be our quarterback, and we're going to cater this thing to you.
Figure it out. That's what you should do. Andre in Mississippi, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Andre?
What's going on, guys?
How are you?
Hey, y'all want to talk about Chicago and Detroit? Let's get real. Chicago is what Chicago's always been. Different quarterback, same result. Different coach, same result. So what are we really talking about here, man?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm with you, Dre.
For the last 30 years, it's been the same thing in Chicago. We can't find a quarterback. Oh, we need a great coach. But golly, you done had a whole bunch of coaches and a whole bunch of quarterbacks, and it's been the same thing. Don't tell me about the 85 Bears because it's 2025. I don't want to hear about that no more. What are you doing for me lately? Nothing.
Yep.
Nothing, guys.
Right,
I hear you, Andre.
I hear you, Dre. A lot of people in Chicago were excited. We got a new coordinator that can help Caleb, our number one pick. They're excited about it.
Dion in Texas, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dion? Dion.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead,
we got you.
Okay, you got me now?
Yep, we got you.
Okay, yeah. It's interesting, man, because, Caleb Williams and Trevor Lawrence are like, hey, you can't miss on these guys. They are definitely your number one quarterbacks. Man, the first thing I thought about, man, maybe they should trade those guys. Maybe they both need a change of scenery because Caleb, man, he just don't look like Caleb. You typically have a sophomore slump in your second year, and here it is his second year. He's looking worse this year than he is last year. And also Ben Johnson's not helping. Maybe Ben Johnson's a better offensive coordinator than head coach. But that's my takeaway.
I'm glad you brought that up, too, because, now he's a head coach. There's a lot of other things. Also, you got to help fix that defense and not giving up 52 points,
too.
right? You make your quarterback one-dimensional when you can't stop the other team.
Absolutely, it's both. Like you said, they got to work this thing through. But darn it, Kelvin, you're spot on. I kind of thought about the same thing. I said, man, he wanted this job because of Caleb, but maybe Caleb's not his guy. So we'll see.
They do that all the time, man.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, appreciate it. General managers want their head coach. Head coaches want their quarterback. That's how that stuff goes. All right, appreciate you all. All right, on the way, we got to have a conversation about what happened with the Steelers. Is it Aaron Rodgers or something else the problem? We'll tell you next. It is the Odd Couple right now. Steve DeSager going to get you set on what's trending. Hey, Steve.
Hey there, about 8 minutes to go in the first of two NFL games tonight. Tampa Bay still leading 14-10 at Houston. The Texans scored a touchdown on the opening drive tonight, 29-yard pass to Nico Collins. They've had precious little offense since then. Collins with just 3 receptions tonight. On their last drive, the home team got down to a 2nd and goal at the 1. Nick Chubb was stopped for no gain. Then C.J. Stroud threw 2 incompletions. It is still Tampa Bay in the lead, 14-10. Nick Chubb of Houston, 9 carries, just 17 yards rushing. Meanwhile, Baker Mayfield had 2 touchdown passes in the first half for the Bucs. He has 143 yards through the air. Bucky Irving, 16 carries, 71 yards rushing. And Rachaad White, 63 yards rushing on only 9 carries. Bucs lead 14-10, mid-fourth quarter now at Houston. And coming up in just over a half an hour, Las Vegas will be hosting the Chargers. And yes, star tight end for the Raiders, Brock Bowers, after a bad knee, is active. He had returned to limited practice on Saturday. Quarterback Joe Burrow of the Bengals will have toe surgery and could miss at least 3 months. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy could miss 2 to 4 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Washington quarterback Jaden Daniels is day-to-day with a sprained knee. Jets quarterback Justin Fields is in concussion protocol. To Major League Baseball, 2 weeks left in the season. Texas has taken the lead at Houston 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th. And for the Houston Astros, Yordan Alvarez has left the game with a sprained ankle. The Twins are shutting out the Yankees 2-0 in the top of the 7th inning. Reds back in the lead at St. Louis 6-4 in the top of the 7th. The Blue Jays have tied it up at Tampa Bay 1-1 in the bottom of the 8th. And it's the Cubs leading 4-0 at Pittsburgh. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, bases loaded for a Pirates team that has lost 8 of 9. About to start San Francisco at Arizona. The Giants just a game and a half out of the last NL wild card behind the Mets. Arizona 2 back. The Mets are off, by the way. They ended an 8-game losing streak on Sunday. They start a series against the Padres on Tuesday. The Dodgers host Philadelphia in a half an hour in the late game. The Dodgers are first in the NL West, 2.5 games over the idle Padres. The Phillies can clinch the NL East title. Again, in Monday Night Football, 2 games in the first of the 2. Tampa Bay up 14-10 at Houston. Back to you.
Knocked the ball out of his own.
All right, it is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin, Washington on a. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you as always. Have a great night. Magic City Monday and achy knees, stiff back, joints not cooperating. Some days your body is just like, nope, On those days, thankfully, there is Aleve with just one pill. Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief so you can keep it moving. Use as directed. Rob G, you want to set us up with the Steelers? Don't be so excited. The Steelers obviously looking, they were having a chance to go 2-0. Ended up not being the case for them. And a bunch of turnovers in the defense, letting the offense of the other side score a bunch of points as well.
Yeah, everything that could go wrong did go wrong for Pittsburgh in the home opener against the Seattle Seahawks, against Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. First off, you have Caleb Johnson, rookie running back, I guess doesn't know the new kickoff rules because he lets a ball go past him into the end zone, which by the new rules, of course, if it lands between the goal line and the 20, that ball is live no matter what happens. And it went into the end zone. He didn't even attempt to try to recover it. Seattle rushes down there to get it. They don't recover it either, but since it goes out of the back of the end zone, it becomes a touchdown. So 7 points there. Aaron Rodgers throws 2 interceptions, including one of them in the end zone, which after the game he ended up blaming his receiver for. Now, I'm sure he was right because even the receiver said he was right. It just wasn't a great look for him to do that after the game. And the last but not least, probably the most egregious thing, the Steelers defense, that vaunted Steelers defense with T.J. Watt and Jalen Ramsey and big play Darius Slay, is currently giving up 31.5 points per game through the first 2 weeks and just about 400 yards per game. Were it not for a 60-yard Chris Boswell field goal in week 1, we could be talking about the 0-2 Pittsburgh Steelers. So, guys, here's the question. What's the biggest problem right now in Pittsburgh?
For me, is what I thought it would be coming into when I talked about this last season during the offseason. They're not good defensively. Everybody thinks they are. They're not as good as you think. They don't have a running game. They got rid of Najee Harris. They got rid of backs. They don't have a running game. And you're going to need Aaron Rodgers, who is not built right now at this point in his life, to bring you back. You're going to have to still have some games where you're up, have some games where you're controlling the clock, and have some games where the defense can do some things. And I don't think they're built that way right now. So they're going to put him in some non-advantageous situations. So I don't like the way they're constructed. I thought my whole point was they need to be building for the future, and they're going to be putting Aaron Rodgers in some positions where he's going to have to make plays that he's not able to. And remember we had that was it an anonymous person or the executive was talking about anonymous coach who was saying how, he was watching week 1 and there were some throws that Aaron Rodgers made off his back foot. He was doing things that should have been interceptions and that you can't get away with. And even I was like, all right, that's a little extra right now. You put a little extra sauce on that as we got a block punt and the Texans recover from the block punt of the Buccaneers. We'll get to that in just a second. There were some throws that Aaron Rodgers made that I was like, oh, there's one, in fact, by the guy who ended up getting the interception, ultimately, one you were referencing, end zone. He threw it right at him, about 10 yards away, directly at him. I can't believe he didn't catch that. So it was interesting hearing that, me saying, all right, come on, you put a little extra sauce on that. Then the next week, which was yesterday, watching that. So I just don't like the way they're constructed. Again, I don't think they're that great defensively. You let the Jets put a 400 yards of offense on you, 32 points, the Jets, then you turn around and let Sam Darnold and his new team do the same as well. So I have a lot of concerns if I'm the Steelers based off of things I said well before this season. I don't think they run the ball, but I don't have a single type of running game. This is not the 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Steelers you picture in your head with Big Ben, Jerome Bettis, fast Willie Parker. This isn't that. And the defense is not, again, an old Pittsburgh Steelers in your head defense.
Yeah, it's a defensive problem that they got to get sorted out. You can't give up 400 yards and 31 or 2 points a game and expect to win. You just can't do it. And then you add in mixing the turnovers. You're not going to have – nobody's perfect. No one's going to be able to have zero, interceptions or what. It's just that's not football. That's not how it plays. We saw Jared Goff in the postseason when it mattered most. All year he didn't turn the ball over like that, and what happened? He had 4 turnovers. Turnovers are a part of the game, but you also have to be able to stop the other team and make the offense not predictable, and that's what they've been so far. But there is no you're not playing for the future. You haven't won a playoff game in almost 10 years. That whole idea of building for the future is not. It's just not where.
Why do you say? I'm really asking you. Why do you say that?
Because I don't think that's where you are.
When you're saying you specifically the Steelers, or you a team?
Any team.
See, that's where I don't agree.
I don't agree. Any team. I don't think that's not the way you go in thinking that. Oh yeah, we'll build for the next 5. You're the Minnesota Vikings. You got a young quarter. You're thinking, no, I got one of the best receivers in the game. I got guys who can run the ball. I got a good defense. No, I'm going to add him in. Hopefully he doesn't turn the ball over too much. And
I'm glad you used him. That's the exact team I was going to say. You have Sam Darnold, who you figure is going to be at least even 14-3. You go 12 and something, and you got a chance to compete.
No,
but they said JJ's our guy. That's our future.
No,
and
but
they
that's
roll
not
with
it. They don't believe in Sam Darnold because in the 2 biggest games of the year, he wet the bed, and they don't want to pay a guy like that.
That's because they have their guy. They have the guy they believe in JJ. They went up to get him at 10th.
It was more because they didn't believe in Sam Darnold. Because if they really believed in Sam Darnold, they could have pushed JJ another year or so.
But that's
if they
why
really
they
believed
also
in
didn't
him.
go get Aaron Rodgers.
It's about
That's
now.
why they didn't even think about Aaron Rodgers, because they said, we have our guy in JJ. You couldn't have brought up a better example. No. We have our guy in Sam Darnold who's played well. but you know what? We're willing to move on.
I don't know what NFL you're
JJ.
talking about down the road or build for the future. That's not what people are trying to compete now. You don't have 3 years.
You know what another example you always bring up too?
You don't.
Matt Flynn, we got a guy. Russell Wilson is our guy. We got our young guy of the future. And that guy. My point is, you have to start to have something where you can have sustained success.
No, but that's
What's the point of being 9-8, 10-7
no, my
for
point
one
is,
random season to get to the wild card?
They haven't won a playoff game in almost a decade. They're trying to win
with this team.
That's what they're trying to do.
And I owe Russell Wilson an apology. I owe Russell Wilson an apology.
You said he couldn't play. All he had was 400
that ain't why.
yards.
I owe Russell Wilson an apology because I said Aaron Rodgers is going to look like Russell Wilson. No, he ain't. Aaron Rodgers ain't throwing no 450 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Right. How many games has Russell Wilson won so far with the 400-something yards?
He ain't doing that.
Okay, I thought so.
Russell Wilson, my bad on that, bro. I told Aaron Rodgers he could be like you. I take that back. That's on your boy. I own that one. There's no.
You wouldn't be a general manager long talking about some future.
Yes, I would.
No, you would
because
not.
I absolutely would have a team with a window.
You sound like a fan of a team that never won anything.
No, you sound like a fan of this guy.
A team that's never won anything. So you think, oh yeah, we got 5 years. It ain't no 5 years. You're not going to be around.
Okay, and
the
guess what
NFL stands for NFL, not for long.
And that's
so this whole idea, you put the best team available. Now it might not work out. You might not win.
It ain't.
But you can't do that. You ain't talking about next year or down the road or let me go get a good. No, you can't.
And watch this. If there was somebody who had an opportunity to build for years, it would be Mike Tomlin. So meaning 2-3 years, all right, we're going to find our guy and we're going to start to build. He's the guy who can because he's with an organization that doesn't fire him.
They haven't won a playoff game in 9 years. He needs to win now.
And guess what they haven't done?
He needs to win now.
Hasn't won jack.
He needs to win now.
And where are you as an organization?
That's why they are. That's why they have a 41-year-old quarterback. Come on, man.
The Steelers win Super Bowls.
That's to try to win now. They need to win a playoff game.
And they went inside.
That's what they need to do.
And they went inside maybe Russell Wilson light. That's your answer?
Yes.
Well, then good luck, Steelers, because you'll be exactly where you were last year. You'll win 3 or 4, then you're going to lose 3 or 4. All I'm saying is
they went to the playoffs last year. They want to win a playoff game.
And they went a horrible stretch to the playoffs.
Did they win? Did they go to the playoffs, yes or no? Did they go to the playoffs last year?
Wait, you just said it's about winning.
No, I'm asking you, did they go?
Yes, they went.
Okay, then the idea is to go and win a playoff game.
They
That's the
lost
idea.
6 games straight, Rob.
That's not. Did they make the playoffs?
They lost 6 games. Wait, so that's what they do. So what's the issue?
Okay, the idea is trying to win a playoff game.
No, the idea is
it ain't
to
about trying to
open
build
the window.
for 5 years later. Come on, man.
The idea
That's
is
not
to open the window.
Ain't nobody
so
got no 5-year plan.
So we can have a 5-6 year run.
You know what? Baker Mayfield and the Bucs, they're trying to win now. C.J. Stroud and the Texans, they're trying to win now.
Of course they're trying to win now. And you know what the Texans feel like they have?
Name the team that's got a 5-year plan with a young quarterback.
Every team that has a young quarterback.
No, that's not. That's not the plan.
You don't think the Commanders?
That's not the plan. They're trying to win.
You don't think Justin Herbert is the guy?
No, they're trying to win.
You find your guy.
They're trying to win.
You don't think Buffalo Bills were excited they found their guy?
No,
you don't understand.
You don't understand.
Let's go get Aaron Rodgers and we're saved.
They're trying to win.
That's a terrible attempt to win. Is all I'm saying, Rob. Why don't you
could disagree with the move? You could disagree with the move. That's fine. But the idea in the NFL is to try to win, give yourself the best chance every year.
The idea is to open up your window.
No, it ain't.
And my opening my window is by finding my quarterback.
No, it ain't.
It's what the 49ers have done.
There's 15 teams that need a quarterback. What's finding your quarterback?
You're proving my
There's
point.
15 teams. So what does that mean?
You're proving my point.
There's old guys playing. You know why they're still playing? Because there are no quarterbacks out there.
You know what you're doing? You couldn't be furthering my point.
No, I'm not.
That's why I go to find my guys. That's
you're
why I
making
go
my
to find
point.
it.
I'm not making your
You
point.
literally are.
There's
That's
nobody.
why we go to
You
find the
say,
guy.
the Justin Fields, that's the quarterback. How did he look this week?
You go
How
to
did Justin
find your
Fields look
guy.
this week? I'm asking you.
I don't talk about
No,
Justin
I'm
Fields with
asking
them.
you. How did
Justin,
he look?
I'm talking about
that
Justin
was the
Fields with
quarterback
the
you wanted
Steelers.
them to stay with.
And you find
How did
your
he
guy.
look? How did he look this week with the Jets in week 2?
He didn't look great.
Okay, that's all.
You
So he
go
didn't look
find
good.
your guy.
All
Nor
right.
did Aaron Rodgers. He's not their
877.
guy.
Let's go. It's last call time.
You go find your. You just mentioned the 15 teams.
It's just the same
There's
old
15
thing, man.
teams who found their guy. Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes.
No, you missed the
Bills,
point.
Jared
You
Goff,
missed the point.
Dayton Daniels,
You missed the
Bo
point.
Nix. Shall I go
So
down the
did
list?
did the
They
Rams,
found
did
their
the,
guy.
Did the Rams have their guy with Jared Goff or not?
No.
Oh,
they
he
felt
won.
they
He won
felt
their
they
guy.
won
They went to the Super Bowl. What?
He wasn't there. They got a chance to get
he
Matthew
went to the
Stafford.
Super Bowl. What is Stafford?
Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford was 0-3 in the postseason
And
before
not
they
a
got
single
him.
person
That's
on
not
God's
why
green
they got
earth
him. That's not
thinks
why
that
they
Matthew
got him.
Stafford was not a better
He
quarterback than
wasn't a
Jared
better
Goff.
quarterback, and the problem was they didn't believe in Jared Goff. That's why.
Fox Sports Radio. Yeah, now Matthew Stafford at that time wasn't better than Jared Goff.
No, he was terrible.
Fox Sports Radio.
I
I'm done.
watched every single game of his. He was terrible. Still terrible. Last call time here on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
It's last call time on The Odd Couple. If you had a take and couldn't get in all show, here's your chance. Your call's important to us. Call us at 877-99 on Fox. Hurry up. Rob and Kelvin got to get out of here.
That's right. It's a tough scene in Kansas City, starting off 0-2 for the first time in the Mahomes era. They've lost 3 straight games for the first time in the Mahomes era. And here's the other issue. The Chiefs, again, first time starting 0-2 since 2014. As a franchise, not just Andy Reid, not just Patrick Mahomes, not just Travis Kelce, they have missed the postseason each of the last 6 times they've started the season 0-2. And if that wasn't bad enough, across the NFL, teams that start out 0-2 only make the playoffs 12% of the time.
Kelvin, I got news for you.
What's that?
The percentages could say 12%.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying 0%. The Chiefs will not, N-O-T, make the playoffs. I have been talking about them for 2 years now. And the lucky rabbit's foot. Well, I've been chronicling this, all the demise of what's going on and Patrick Mahomes and the numbers. I made the mistake last year and said that Patrick Mahomes had turned into Daniel Jones. I'm wrong. He's worse than Daniel Jones. Are you kidding me? Have you seen the numbers for Patrick Mahomes? Not good. Not even not good. How about terrible? How about awful? I'll give you the numbers. Passer rating, 82. 26th in the National Football League. Not even completing 60% of his passes. 58.8. 28th in the NFL. Yards per pass, 21st at 6.5. Dink and dunk, enough. Dinking is good and dunking with donuts, but not football so much.
Did you say Shaq can dunk, but you don't want to be dunking?
Yards per game, 222.5. 7 tied for 17th, and 2 touchdowns, 1 pick in 2 games so far. So the numbers are not good. Travis Kelce's retired, and on any other day, he might as well retire because once he started talking about it, you're basically retired as a player, and you saw the bad play, and it turned into an interception, but he's just a non-factor. I mean, it's unbelievable how much of a non-factor he is. You could talk about waiting for receivers to come back and keep hoping and wishing, and before it was Patrick Mahomes, they have the most drops, and they had this, and they had that. That people have kept making excuses instead of looking at what the numbers are. And the numbers aren't good. I'm not surprised. I'm really not. But it finally caught up to him. All that good luck. I told you last year, they weren't going to win a Super Bowl. They were way too lucky. Teams would blow up and make bad plays to help them win. The kicker would hit the upright or miss an easy field goal or whatever it was. It was all these things that happened. And now here they are 2 games in, and the games that they normally win, no matter what, they haven't been able to win. So I'm not surprised. I know the math math says 12% of teams that start 0-2 don't make the playoffs. Right? I'm saying just 0. I just do not see them making the playoffs. And I know there's 15 games to go and a lot of football to play. I'm looking at this team, and I don't see it.
This is where I don't understand you sometimes. I love you like a play cousin, but I don't get it. They're 0-2, and each game, especially yesterday, they lose by 3 to the reigning champs. And you just mentioned, Travis Kelce catches that touchdown pass. It's a different game. He does it. Now,
we can do that all day.
I'm with you. Okay, I'll let you talk.
All right, that mindset we can do all day.
We can. So let me do it. So Travis Kelce catches that touchdown. We might be having a completely different conversation. And similar to the Chargers, they're right in that thing a drive away from winning it. So they got to win those games, and they have historically the last year or two won those games. Fox Sports Radio. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on the Magic City Monday. Thank you for hanging out with us as always. Thank you to everybody who stopped by the show. Make sure you check out the podcast when you get a chance to do that as well. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for what, how, and where they drive, sit fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection. With convenient installation options like mobile tire installation, TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. It is time now for Last Call.
Last call.
This is the last call.
This is the last call.
It's last call. Last call time on the Odd Couple.
All right, let's go. John in Maine, you are the last call here on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Okay, real quick. If I was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, which I'm not, I'm a Packer fan, but that guy who screwed up the kickoff, not only did he do that, he's a rookie, and then he nonchalantly walking back to the sidelines. What did you think that those guys running down the field to plow into him were going to do? Just shake his hand and welcome him to the league? It's like he's a rookie, and that's the attitude he has to just nonchalantly walk back to the sidelines. It's like, I have never seen anything like that. And it's like, I would have kicked him off the bus and said, you hitchhike back home. Holy crap.
Yeah, he said crazy. He can't even Uber. He said, no Lyft, no Uber, nothing. He said, you got to hitchhike.
All right, John.
Appreciate
thank you, my man. Appreciate
you,
it. Hey, last night they had something cool. It was the Emmys last night. And yesterday was the 40th anniversary of the premiere of the Golden Girls, which is, to me, one of my favorite shows. That and The Odd Couple, those are my two favorite shows, I would say. Seinfeld a close third, but those two right there. And we talked about it. There are a lot of good TV theme songs, and a lot of people know some of it. We talked about, you always saying the Fresh Prince. I think people know the beginning of it. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't know if they know all the lyrics. I don't know if they know. Yeah, I don't know if they know.
It's just been a million episodes. You know
I just don't know if they know all the lyrics to Cheers. Alex, we love Cheers, right? I'm not so sure if everybody, if you asked them to really, throw out all the lyrics, would they have it? And then, but with the Golden Girls, I don't know. It's a simple theme song. It's really catchy. Most people, you saw even in the Emmys up last night, most people, when they had most of the people had them singing it. It showed everybody in the audience actually singing it. But let's take now this was Reba McEntire and two other women. I don't know.
I'll pull it up.
You have the
when we come back, I'll have to tell you.
But they had a tribute last night for the Golden Girls, which premiered 40 years ago last night.
Yep.
On the 14th of September in 1985. Let's hear it.
Do 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 do. A little different, but I don't see what some of the hoopla was about, like the negative hoopla. Like it was so that was but just to give you, because we were talking about who else that was. So that was of course Reba McEntire, and Little Big Towns, Karen Fairchild and Kimberly Schlapman. Those are the other two women that were with her. And they were on the set, just to context, they were on the set honoring the show, and they had the whole set
in the kitchen.
Yeah,
right.
In the kitchen,
Yeah. I just didn't hear a big difference. What were they complaining?
The little rhythm off a little bit. I mean, it's the original song was 40-something years ago. It was one woman singing it, so you're not going to have that same vibe. Yeah, but you did see the crowd enjoying it.
And I'm sure that they did it over and over till they got it. You know what I mean?
Like, gonna do, or they rehearsed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's a good. Yeah, I like how the Emmys have been doing that. Last year too, they honored some shows, like they'll say, obviously they're doing the current, who's going to win 2024, 2025 season, blah, 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 blah.
But that's just
And then they'll go back and show, like they did Sopranos last year. They did Martin. They did a couple other shows. And they'll end up now, because all the women on the Golden Girls are no longer with us, the other shows, they would bring the stars there. So Martin was there, Tashina Arnold, Tisha Campbell. So it's pretty cool. We got a good game, too.
Yeah, very, 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 very cool. It's good to always remember the past. And this is a sitcom that it's a whole new generation of kids. This show's been off since the 80s or whatever, early 90s. And yet there's a whole generation of kids who grew up with hanging out with their grandpas.
These shirts. I got to get you one, man. My wife sent me this. I'm going to get you one.
I've seen them.
When's your birthday coming up in January, right?
Yeah,
I'm going to get you.
I've seen. They got a lot of nice ones. But, that was nice. I enjoyed that.
I know you did. Any crew you going? You ain't going on a Golden Girls cruise no more?
Nah, I don't think they've had another one.
If they do, you going? Or you one time?
No,
I good.
The cruise is retired.
I broke enough pelvics. I'm good.
Yeah, one is good.
All right. Yeah. Just saying, because they might pop back up. You never know.
I think I'm
Thank you for being or listening and watching.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?